seasoned account executive. I'm given a pre-populated prompt template
Hey
for a
there,
common
everybody.
task that I need to
Good
complete
morning
as a
and
sales
welcome
executive,
back to
like
day
writing an
one
intro
of
email to my
Dreamforce.
customer,
Chris
or even
Stegall
a
here
get
with
back in
MK
touch
Partners,
note to
joined
promote
by
a new
Jessie
event.
Penaloza from Mambo
Now,
Merge.
Einstein will
Good to see you again,
automatically
Jessie.
ground that
Hey,
generic
likewise.
prompt
Ready
in
for it.
specific customer
Yep,
data
we are
and
5
generate an
minutes
email that
away
is
from
tailored
the
to my
main
customer.
event, the keynote
And there's my email,
speech
all
here
without having
at
to write the prompt myself.
Dreamforce. We'll be
Now,
seeing
let's say
Mark
I want the
Benioff,
prompt to
among
also take
other
into
names,
consideration
take the
additional
stage
information
and
on the
do,
customer that might not be in my
what they do,
CRM.
set the
Data
stage
Cloud
for Dreamforce
enables
proper.
every customer to access all
Right
of that
now,
customer
we're
data,
doing a little
from
like
website engagement
pre-show
data to health
screening, but
data
we're
to
making sure that
telemetry
all of
data.
the
Einstein
video
can
and
ground in
audio
this
is
information
working,
too, and make this
and it
prompt
is.
and the
So
email created for my
in 5
customer
minutes
even
time, we
more
should
tailored.
have
Now,
Mr.
all of this
Benioff
happens
taking
in
the
an
stage
instant.
here
No going to my
and
marketing
talking
team for
through
context
what
on the best
to,
event, invite to my
what
customer,
Salesforce is
or looking
celebrating
up the stats
so far in 2023 and what the next year looks like from here
an
until
extremely
Dreamforce
manual and
2024.
tedious process for salespeople. And Einstein is able to use customer data and generative AI to make
Unmute
this
this
Yeah, if there's
tab.
any
seamless.
anticipation or
Now,
any
AI is
guess
just
that you
one
guys
piece of the
want to throw in
equation. Your data
regarding what
strategy
you're
is an
expecting to
incredibly
hear on the
important
keynote,
part of getting value out of
any
AI.
new product releases, any new
So let's walk through how
acquisitions,
you can create a
any
single
new
source of truth
directions in
for
terms
your
of,
customer with
Salesforce
Data
has
Cloud.
gone through kind of a
We
big
first
rough
connect
patch
to
this
all of your
past
data
year here,
sources,
even though
whether that's
the
customer
numbers don't show it.
360
There's been a
data,
lot of ups and
third-party
downs,
data from
but
sources like Google
feel
Cloud,
like with
web
the
and
most
mobile
recent
data,
changes
or
that's
even
been
legacy
discussed
systems,
about,
and so much more.
things are looking really
Now,
bright. So I
companies
think
typically
Dreamforce would be
have
a nice kickoff to
hundreds of
kind of
applications and
see
systems
where
that they
we're
use
going
to
in
track customer data.
direction for the
Data Cloud
CRM
makes it
industry.
easy to
Yeah,
connect
and
to
these are
all
always
of these
exciting.
sources with
2
out-of-the-box
years ago,
MuleSoft connectors,
it was
so you
all
can create
Slack,
that
right?
full view of your
Salesforce
customer.
had just acquired
But
Slack,
connecting your data
and
is
so
just the first
Dreamforce
part
and
of the story.
particularly the keynote
Data can
were
still exist in a variety of
all in
formats.
on
For
Slack and
example,
the
your
integrations between
customers may be
Slack and
called contacts
Salesforce.
in sales and
And
service,
then last
but
year, as you
also referred
mentioned on
to
our
as
kickoff
subscribers in
call,
Marketing Cloud.
it was
With a
all
number of
hands on deck
clicks,
for
Data Cloud
Salesforce
can help you
Genie,
harmonize
Yep.
this data,
which,
no matter the format,
was
into a
Salesforce
common
Genie
data
for
model.
4 months
And together,
until the
these
name
data
got
models
changed. I
create
think
a
now it
single
is
customer graph or profile of your
Salesforce
customer.
Data Platform,
This
Customer
gives
Data
you that
Platform.
true
There's Genie right there.
360-degree view
So I believe
of
Genie
every
is still
single
the
customer.
mascot, but the product
Now, this is
itself
my
got
favorite part of how Data
a
Cloud
name
works.
update
You can take
that
all of this
made
unified
it a little
data
bit less
and
confusing.
activate it across the entire
Yeah, that's not
customer
playing with the name,
360 and
Chelsea, whether or not
third-party
you got a feel of
applications,
it or not, but
which means
the
the use
mascot definitely
cases
did,
across
was
your
very catchy. So
organization are
those little
truly
wizards running
endless.
around.
You can power
Yeah, and there was
smarter
definitely
AI
quite a
with
bit of
Einstein.
that.
You can automate manual
I don't want to
processes
say
with
confusion,
confidence using Salesforce
but there
Flow.
were a
And
lot
you
of
can even
questions
explore
following
and
Dreamforce
visualize
last
data in
year.
Tableau
Is
and
Genie
unlock
the
those
mascot?
real-time
Is
insights for your
Genie
business.
the product?
Put simply,
Because
Data
historically,
Cloud helps you
Salesforce,
connect and
say
harmonize
product
all your
like
customer data so you can personalize
Marketing
every
Cloud,
single
like
interaction.
Sales Cloud, and then has a mascot like an Astro or a Cody.
We're just a few seconds away from
And
the
it
start
looks
of the
like
big
we
keynote in our
are
moments remaining. Give me
headed
a sense of what you're
towards the
expecting to
desk
hear.
there in Dreamforce. I'm going to go
Well,
ahead
we're
and
going to hear,
unmute
again,
this
a lot about
tab,
AI, but I think the
and
biggest
see
thing we're
what
going
we
to
are
hear is how
saying as we
Salesforce is really
rapidly
leading the
approach
way,
the
right? By
kickoff here.
using AI with combination of data. I mean, we have more data than we've ever had before with the drastic increase of compute power in the last few years. And
Yeah,
so
we're just
it's
a
really
couple
exciting
of
to
minutes, like you
see,
said,
well, we're going
before
to see
showtime.
about...
And we're going to go
It's
right
pretty
now,
punctual,
if we
so
will. I'm
that's
going to
pretty
take you to
good
the
to know.
keynote room. You're going to hear from
Ooh,
Salesforce CEO
you're
Mark
already at
Benioff.
the forward-looking statements. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. I know the anticipation.
See what the chat window is doing right now. Some people from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Uruguay, Dallas, San Diego, California, Wisconsin, Raleigh. You can write whatever you want here. Hi, from the moon.
To infinity and beyond.
Oh, it showed my last name. Not crazy about that. So one note for Salesforce, these toggles, pretty terrible because they don't light up to indicate whether something has been checked or unchecked. I thought I had it checked to not show my last name, but there we go. So try flipping those.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. I did see that. It was weird how You toggled it one way and it was still the same color.
It looks like I've been able to buy us another 30 seconds. So we
Still
just
shows
heard
my last name
AI
there,
is what
so
Jillian is telling us. Obviously,
a
Mark's
little bit
keynote is going
unclear.
to be
Hey,
all
look at
about
that. There, it seems like they're
trust
having
as
some
well. We know
technical
that
issues
undergirds all of it. What do you think
as
we're going to
well.
hear?
Well, I think first, the customers and the community, they trust us. And so listening to their stories is really going to help everyone understand what trust truly means.
We know, I mean, when we report on AI, I think it's often framed as like risk, which obviously in any business that's there. How do you balance that conversation of risk and also being able to leverage a really interesting customer experience?
Well, I think, kind of what Carolyn said, we're doing this together. And so we're really focused on listening,
Are these newer
using our
hosts?
active listening
Or
skills
they've been
as a
around?
company to
Jillian
understand what
Bruce has
challenges our
been
customers are
admin
facing and
evangelist
also what their
for
concerns are.
a
I
long
work
time.
directly a lot with Salesforce admins, and the
I know
number one
we've seen
question right
them
now is
at
how is this going to affect my
various
job?
conferences.
And we're listening and we're trying to address things
throughout.
that they're concerned about, and also
I'm
really
trying to
trying to innovate
see.
technology in a way that's going to help them and put humans at the
The other
center
folks
again of
look
everything that we're doing
familiar,
with AI at Salesforce.
but
Security,
I feel like if I
clearly.
don't
I know
see
that's a piece. Oops.
the Twitter profile
I
photo
changed my
next
pen.
to them,
A
I have a
piece
hard
of trust
time
is obviously
putting
how the
names to
security
faces.
actually works.
Yeah, and so Salesforce, security and trust is our
Yeah,
number
Twitter
one value. And so
/
it's
X
always been
we don't even
something
know
we
what the
have
name's
made
going to be
sure is
eventually.
ingrained in
Because it's
all.
funny
And
how
I'm
the
going to
domain name
stop.
is still is
Looks like we're going to go right to the keynote room. We're going to hear
even though
from
it's X.
Salesforce CEO Mark
It's
Benioff.
now known as
Now,
X. So
everyone's an Einstein
you can
data
change
plus
the name,
AI
but the
plus
domain
CRM
is hard to
and
change,
trust.
especially being out for such a long time. Okay, here we go. Round
This
2.
looks familiar. We've seen this before. You want to read this out loud?
Sure.
I'm just kidding. Please don't.
I'm like, sure. Let me just put in my magnifying glass so I can kind of see the forward-looking statements.
Including our July 2021 acquisition of Slack.
Of course.
Calling all trailblazers. Yes, there is magic in the air. Can you feel it? It's everywhere.
Matthew McConaughey again.
Once again.
And it's available.
All right.
We are at the dawn of a new era.
Oh.
Where data, AI, CRM, and trust help you connect with customers in a whole new way. So everyone can be an Einstein, where you can talk to your CRM and it can talk to you.
Hint,
On a
hint.
single platform with a 360-degree view of every customer. But we have to ask
I wonder
more.
if that's already
AI,
patented.
don't we?
That's something they already
Because if
patented,
AI
that
is the
term.
Wild West, well, who's the sheriff around here? Questions about governance and values. About
Adjusting the
trust,
volume so I can
and
hear
safety
both
of our
you
data.
and the keynote a little bit better.
About customer success.
Good looking
So
up.
AI's purpose is always clear. Responsible innovation paired with ethical use. Committed to equality. And mindful of our impact.
Captions are
Because
quite a
when we
bit
get this
behind
right,
the audio.
And we will. The sky is
Yes, you're right.
the
I
limit.
wonder.
We can make a
to look
world
into
where
that.
AI does what AI
You're
does
right.
best. So we humans can do what we do best. And continue to prove that business is the greatest platform for change. This is Dreamforce, where innovation, entertainment.
A
Oh, did this
little
one
cut
in and
out there.
So raise your
Looks
hands
like
in the
it.
air, because it is going to be, extraordinary. No,
I feel like,
this ain't going to be like any other Dreamforce.
I wonder how people they spend looking for all the words that
Welcome to
have
the
AI
biggest
built into
AI
them.
event of the year.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I got the best Scrabble
Dreamforce.
players in the world.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like we're playing that one big game.
And now, our CEO and chair, Mr. Mark Benioff.
All right. How was Dave Matthews, huh? Was that great? Was Dave Matthews great?
Is he
Yeah.
invisible? Where is he?
And I love Matthew McConaughey in the morning. Wakes me up. Kind of gets me
Yeah, they
going
kept
a little
scrolling.
bit.
And
You
you're
know
I
like,
thought he
what
was going to come through that
What I
door
need for
with a tornado.
Dreamforce. I need to all happen together. How are we doing? Good?
Very well, brother.
Great to have you here. Hey, great to have all of you here too. Fantastic. Yeah, all right. Get up here, do a little stuff.
Did we see what shoes he has on today? He's usually got some
Calm down the
pretty fun shoes
energy.
on for these.
Don't know what
I feel
Dave
like he had a
Matthews
similar
has left
suit like last
behind
year.
exactly, so
I
gotta
remember it
keep
being
it a
similar
little bit
colors. I don't know if
All
his
right.
color preference is blue or a
We
blue
have a
variant.
great presentation for you today. We are thrilled to be able to do this keynote for you. It is totally exciting. We have been on the road all over the world, presenting this, practicing it, preparing for this moment. We have a great group of people in this room, and we have millions watching us online as well.
That's us.
We want to welcome them, and we want to say aloha to all of you. We want to welcome everyone to San Francisco, our home, and we hope that you have
I
a
thought that was
great
going away.
time here and a safe time
Ohana.
as well. And we're going to have
Yeah, a
nothing
couple
but
years
great
ago,
things
it was sort of
to
on
do
the way
for the
out,
next
but
few
it's
days. And
stuck
tomorrow
around.
night,
We can almost see
we
his
got a
shoes.
great party put together
Yeah.
for you. Look,
You look
Looks like
bright.
I am going to try to entertain you, to motivate you, to inspire you, to energize you, but there's something I have to do before any of that. Do you know what it is? I have to thank you. Thank you very much. I have to thank you. Mahalo. I have to thank each and every one of you for what you do for us every single day. You know, we've been on these stages now for 25 years all over the world. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of good days, there's a lot of bad days. But let me tell you
I don't know how you
this,
came up with 25. I
because
thought this
what
was the
you have done
21st
for us,
iteration of
that
Dreamforce.
we are here today. And we are
Dreamforce
deeply
and
grateful
Salesforce. There
for
wasn't
that.
always a Dreamforce.
And we start our
presumably.
presentations at Salesforce with gratitude.
Had to
Good
get
because
rolling
we
a little
know
bit.
Okay.
who got us here. It
Get
was
enough
all
customers
you.
that there was
This
a
is your
crowd
company.
to show
We know
up,
that. This is
cheer
your
along.
conference. We know that
Okay,
too.
so now I have to do a little more
And
research.
we are here to
So it is
serve
the
you,
21st Dreamforce, but
and
25
we are
years
here
of
to
Salesforce.
improve
That's
your lives
doing
and your
this.
companies. And we're here to do whatever we can to make it better. So please call on us and help us. But let us first say to all of you, thank you so much. Mahalo nui loa. And we have a fantastic Dreamforce put together for you. It is incredible who we have showing up here at
I think
this
Salesforce
conference.
was actually
Usually we have
founded
great
in
entertainers
'99,
like Dave
so that'd
and
be
they're
24
incredible
years. Oh, it'll be
visionaries,
25 in
but,
February.
you know,
so
new chapter is open this
coming up.
year
But
in
there were the
AI.
2 years that
We
they
all
didn't
know
do
that.
anything.
It's amazing
So that's
what's
why.
happening in
Oh,
AI.
that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have
And
pandemic,
we
and
just
that's why
opened the door and said, hey, maybe all of
officially
the
the 21st.
Time Magazine
But
AI
like I said,
100, we know people at
there's another
Time,
event
so it's
prior
really
to Dreamforce, but it's
convenient,
still part of
actually.
Salesforce until they officially kicked off Dreamforce.
And we have the Time AI 100 here. We have amazing experts and visionary speakers. Of course, we're going to have Sam Altman here, who's
That's
leading
interesting.
the
There were
AI
over almost
revolution.
1,700 sessions.
We also
So
have McConaughey here and Goodall
this visual
here
looks
and
like it was probably
Wayne
created a
Wilson
little
here, and
while back.
also all kinds of amazing new
So keep adding
visionaries that you've
sessions
never
as we
met
go
before.
through.
A lot of political
And
leaders
100
here. A lot of political
AI
leaders
experts.
not sure
That's
what to
actually
do
a
about
good number.
AI and how it's going to impact them. So we're going to do all that. And we're going to take 3 days.
Oh, we lost the audio again?
Yeah, it's not.
Trust.
Oh, there he is.
Focus on doing good.
No, you're right.
and
It's not us.
incredible
I think
programs
it's, they're
for
having
you.
technical difficulties.
And as we've gone around the world, one question stands out over and over again, which is this the
Good
most
mention
sustainable
there,
Dreamforce
Deepak.
ever? It is. We're doing
Was that the
everything
case,
necessary
Chris?
to make
You
this
probably know a little bit more than
whole
I do.
conference net zero.
Yeah,
to
so
make our
Deepak commented
company
that
net zero. And
during the
so many
pandemic,
of our
Dreamforce
customers
was
have asked,
online,
what can
and
they
that
do to
is
improve their
true.
footprint? We've built
I'm
this
trying to
great
remember
product, Net
if
Zero Cloud. We
2020
introduced it last
actually
year.
had an online one. I
So
know that
many
there
of
was
you
a
are now
huge
using it. It's
push.
amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah, because it would have been at the
what
end,
you're
at the
doing with
tail
this
end of
technology.
2020.
We're going to go even deeper on that.
There was
I
the
encourage
virtual
all of you to do
Dreamforce,
that.
and then 2021 was the one that I attended, where it was
that we can all go
invite
net zero.
only. 5,000
We can
people,
plant 1 trillion
hard cap on
trees.
tickets,
We can
and the
inspire an
majority was
ecopreneur
online
revolution.
again.
And we can do
And
a
then
lot
there
of
was
other
also, that
amazing
was the
things
era
in the
of
world to
the
get to
Dreamforce World
fully
Tour,
renewable
where they were like,
energy
do Dreamforce
by 2050.
San Francisco, we'll
and
do
maybe
Dreamforce
50%
New York,
renewable
Dreamforce
energy
London,
by 2030. And
and then
certainly where I
ultimately they
live
did that
in
Dreamforce
Hawaii,
to
I'll tell you
you,
that
where
is
it
our
was
goal. We're
talk to
getting
your AEs and
very,
we'll
very
bring
close.
all of the
Now, this is an amazing
energy and
company
anticipation of
that all
Dreamforce
of you have
minus
created.
Weezer and Foo
And it's been
Fighters
amazing
straight to
what
your
all
company and
you've
put together
done
a
for
curated
25
Dreamforce for
years.
you. So
But look at
thank
this.
you, Deepak, for remembering that.
This is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I know it
The
was such
third
a
largest
very
software
interesting time
company
back then. And it wasn't that
in
long
the
ago.
world. Third
So
largest software company in the world. Can you believe that? Incredible. Wow. Yeah, it all happened in this room. It all happened in this room. And with the right values, we're going to talk about that, in innovation and philanthropy and ethics. It's the third largest software company in the world, except for in one place, Japan. And in Japan, it is the second largest software company in the world. Japan just passed Oracle, and they are now the second largest software company. Salesforce, stand up, Japanese. Oh, wow. Stand up, Japanese. Wow.
I feel like they had
Very
some
good.
mentions or comments
Thank you.
on the Japan side as well last year. I was kind of checking
Thank
out
you very much.
the recap
Ohayou gozaimasu.
from last year's
That means
keynote.
good morning in Japanese.
So it looked like they
feel
might
like
be doing more
Please
investments.
thank our Japanese
I
friends.
feel like I missed that a little bit. So
They
is he
are
saying that
amazing.
Salesforce is the second largest software
They have a
company in
new Tokyo
Japan?
Tower
In Japan,
in
yes.
Japan. It is on the grounds of the
So
Imperial Palace.
region based.
It is a beautiful place. If you're going to Japan, stop by. It's awesome. So thank you to everyone in Japan for coming and for all your great leadership and for creating the second largest software company in Japan. It far exceeded our expectations. You know, we did this not just with this huge focus on growth, but we also did it with a huge focus on values, our core values of sustainability, of equality, of innovation, of customer success and trust. And we're going to
I
hit
like how
all
they
of
have the
those
matrix,
things in
little
today's
zeros and ones
keynote.
going through.
You know,
the
these
trees.
values, I'll tell you,
So obviously
gone through a
everything
lot
is,
of good times
the zeros
and a
and
lot of
ones.
bad times in the last
So that's pretty
25
cool.
years, just like all of us do. It's life.
That is pretty much how
You know,
everything's
business is
created.
a lot
So,
like life. But here's the thing that's
in the
interesting.
digital world.
Those core values,
So we might have a matrix
really came to us
trailblazer
and
over there.
got us and
Decided to
kept
put
us
that
on
in
the
there.
right side. That's been amazing. And we have really been inspired to believe that business is the greatest platform for change. That is awesome. We've been able to take these values and, 25 years ago, we put 1% of our equity, 1% of our profit, 1% of all of our people's time into a 501c3 charity. And today, look at this, almost $700 million of giving has happened. 8.3 million hours of volunteerism, 54,000 nonprofits run for free on our services. This is where I get to say, if you are with a nonprofit or NGO,
This is always
would you just stand up and be recognized?
an impressive portion of the keynote where we talk
all
about
the nonprofits and the NGOs.
charitable contributions and the good that has been done and the money that has been raised
You're
by
with a university, a
Salesforce.
nonprofit
But
NGO. Stand up and be
my
recognized, please.
impatience does also make this the moment
And
where I'm like,
for
this
our
is live.
commercial
I can't
customers, please help
I can't
them.
play this at 2 times
Please
speed.
help them be more successful.
I'm so
These
used
are
to
great
watching these with like
opportunities
the
for you
high-pitched
to
voices and the
volunteer,
sped up
to get
audio because
involved,
I
to make
like
these things
this is
happen.
2 hours. Let's make it an
We're
hour.
also
Let's
giving
watch it
another
in
$20
2x.
million today.
Let's get
Keep
to the
finding
nitty
myself
gritty.
Public schools, we love
Yeah.
how to do
Building
that
up
here at Salesforce.
slowing this
That
down to kind of
is
build up the
hundreds of
momentum
millions of dollars
to
to
see
our
what's going to
public
be.
schools.
I'm still curious to
About
know what's going to be that
$150 million
first leak,
here to our San
the first
Francisco
new
and
thing,
Oakland
either new
public
mascot,
schools.
new product,
And let me tell you something
new
about that.
service, new innovation. They have to be releasing. That's what
Public
everybody's kind of just
schools
like, okay.
need all of our
So
attention.
what's it going to be?
They have had a really difficult decade.
This is a good opportunity to talk about the fact that MK Partners is a Pledge 1 organization
Everyone
as
here
well.
go to public schools?
So we volunteer,
And,
1% of our time with those volunteer
I went
days.
down my street,
Among the other
walked 3
requirements
blocks
of Pledge
down my street,
1%.
Presidio Middle School.
So
And it's a
it
great
is
way to
on the
connect with
door
people,
like this.
especially to get to know the
Knocky,
rest of your
principal to open the
teammates
door. He's like,
if
"Who
you're
are
working
you?"
from home
Mark Benioff.
or remote.
Why are you here?
And don't get a chance to see each
You need
other.
anything?
So it's definitely
I don't know.
double-edged.
Oh, you want to walk me around, show me what you're doing at school? Sure. Shows you around, whatever.
contribution.
Playground was there. My mom went to this school, Presidio Middle School. The playground is the same playground that was there when she was there. Is that amazing? Is that amazing?
The stage looks cool.
And
Yeah, I
here's
wonder
thing that's
what's
really
the size
cool.
of that stage.
So,
I always
yeah, we'll
seen
do
it.
a new
I've seen it
playground.
in
We'll do
person.
this.
It's
We'll do
just it's
that.
pretty big.
And then I tell
But
this
I'm always
story
curious
to
to know
try
what
to
the dimensions
inspire
are.
you, so that you'll go out and work with your public schools, so that you'll go out and you'll try to do what you can do to make your schools better. You know, this is now a moment where we hear about things like the homeless, or we think about public schools, or what's going on in our local cities. We all have a choice when we walk down those streets. One, we can look at them and go by, or we could look at them and say, there in the grace of God goes me.
Wonder is there some
And we can say, I can take this forward.
subliminal
Love thy
messaging
neighbor as
behind this
thyself.
little talk
This is
part
an opportunity to do it.
regarding
I
the
love
city
doing it in
itself.
my business. I hope all of you will adopt these models too. This is an incredible moment for all of us.
Ooh, that's
We're
a really
gonna
cool hat right
celebrate
there.
this
By
tomorrow
that
night
gentleman.
when we get to Dreamfest,
Yeah.
where we have raised $100 million for our local public hospital. Our local children's hospital has benefited from Dreamforce. And we have raised now more than $100 million over the life of the contract. Incredible.
I wonder if they
And
ever
that
they'll
makes
think of doing like
Salesforce in
a
an unprecedented position here
memorable,
in this
most
beautiful
memorable
city of San
Dreamfest
Francisco, my
events.
hometown.
Because if they
Well, we've
invite
given more than
Foo
$100
Fighters yet
million
again, that'll be the third
to
time.
the Children's
This is
Hospital
the
and
second
more
time
than
already.
$100 million
So
to the
I'm
public
just thinking
schools.
Saturday Night
And we
Live
are very proud of that.
type of environment where you
At
kind of get a little
Salesforce.
jacket or
Close.
some sort of recognition for being there more than once.
Yeah, I think Metallica is probably
And I know
the
we have a lot of
current leader
entrepreneurs
in
in this
terms of
audience and
attendance
watching
to
us all over the
Dreamforce
world.
and
I hope this
Salesforce
inspires
events.
you
Oh,
to not just build a great
Since
product
I believe
and build a
Lars
great
is his
market and
name,
own your
and
market
Mark
share,
seem to go
which is very important.
back a good ways. And I know
To take
Metallica
care
has
of the rest of
opened
the world,
for
too.
Dreamforces where
To
they weren't
improve the
playing
world
Dreamfest
also,
and has
and to
played
use your
Dreamfest
power,
before. So my
and to
money
use
would
your
be on
technology,
Metallica as
and to
being the
use your
most
leadership
frequently
in ways
attended
that can
musical
make the
guest.
world a better place. Now at Salesforce, we have a vision. We're moving forward. We want to help our customers connect with their customers
this graph always
in a whole
fascinates
new
me.
way. We
So I'm
know
like,
that.
you know, they're like in another
Don't
world,
we?
another
We
era
do.
there. They're all the way at
And
the
we've
top.
had great
Right.
market share. Look at that. Number one CRM. Not a bad market share chart, right? Not bad. Okay. At the same time, we recognize technology is also moving faster than ever. We've seen that over and over and over again, from the cloud to mobile to social to this data explosion that we're experiencing now, plus now this burst of artificial intelligence. Nothing like any of us have ever seen before. It's got everyone's attention, right? Have we all been on ChatGPT? Raise your hands if you used ChatGPT this year. Everybody's hand goes up. How many of you on Bard also? Raise your hand. Only a few more. It's amazing what's
I didn't hear
happening
his
with
second
AI.
question.
It's
And I'm
incredible
waiting
Yeah, I
for
don't
what's
think
going
Captain
so.
to catch up.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We also recognize something very important.
Oh, he's got
That we're in
some
this
shoes. You
AI
were talking about the shoes.
revolution.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always got
It's
fun
gonna
shoes on
impact
for
who we
these.
are. It's going to
Yeah. They
impact
look like Jordans.
how we operate, but it's going to bring us
Yeah,
back
a couple
to our
years ago,
core
they were like
values.
these super brightly colored
We
Nikes. I
know
remember
that
those
we're
almost
in
look like
this
the
AI
hand-painted
revolution.
Salesforce ones.
For
I
those
forget the
of
name
you
of the
who've been attending
Trailblazer that does
Dreamforce for
those.
10 years, you've been seeing
Oh, there's
this
actually a
emergence of
dedicated group of people
Einstein
that
and this
build these
predictive
shoes.
technology.
Yeah, there's
Salesforce
somebody
already
that
is the
makes
number one
bedazzled shoes for
artificial
Salesforce and
intelligence
somebody else that
platform
hand
used
paints
around the
shoes for
world.
Salesforce that I've seen.
Incredible. Not just in Japan, everywhere actually. But what's amazing is this generative wave have really started now. Now we're in that about 9 months. And the generative wave is happening around the world. And we're about to hit another wave with autonomy and with agents. And we're eventually going to get to
I
artificial
feel like Wait
general
Forest,
intelligence.
more like the Jetsons.
We've all
What they
seen the movie
predicted having
Terminator and Minority
an
Report.
automated maid.
Minority Report was even written by a
Rosie?
salesman
That'll be
employee,
interesting.
Peter Schwartz. There's some good parts of those movies. There's some not so good parts of those movies. I don't know which parts of those I really want to have happen, but it's our values that are going to guide us to those directions. And that's where we have to start thinking about, what are we doing with this technology? You know, it comes back for us here at Salesforce at this Dreamforce keynote. Hey, we're going to the customer 360. We want a single source of truth of our customers. We've been putting our data together, our networks together, our applications together. We're going to talk about that. It's been a wave of innovation over 25 years, no question. It's amazing what's happened with the innovation.
Seeing those
Organic
4 waves of
innovation,
AI
things we've
there, you
built with
have to wonder
Salesforce,
how long, like,
inorganic
you know, it's
innovation,
on the
things we bought,
Salesforce
the
roadmap
way we've been able to put it
to
all
have
together.
the AI in the center of that
But
customer
now,
360 and
it's
have
squarely about one thing,
AI
this
customers.
AI opportunity.
Because if we get to
There is no
autonomous
question
and
that
agents,
this
and
AI
eventually if you
opportunity
get
is going
to,
to change
you know,
everything.
letting an AI make
And
your
probably
buying
anything.
decisions,
And
evaluate
for all of
software
us,
products,
we have
evaluate
learned
CRM,
in this room
eventually
over
you're going to be
25
selling
years
to
that
and,
what
you
we
know,
do
customer
matters.
servicing
The
an
decisions that we
AI,
make
and
in terms of how we
that
shape
could get
how our
interesting.
companies are using these technologies is very
That's
important. We can see we can have higher levels of
yeah,
customer success and
that's
productivity and
that's like
growth
it can
and
kind of go either direction,
transformation
right?
and
Depending on how
strategy with this new technology.
that level of
There's no
interaction and
question. You can
humans and
read the
robots,
reports from all the
machines.
great management
I
consulting
think of
companies.
Skynet.
You can look at all the technology things. It is going to radically
Oh, I could
change
definitely go in
our
all different
landscape.
directions.
Everything is going to shift. At the same time, like a lot of new technologies in our industry, there appears to be this thing
But
called
that's
a
a good,
trust
well,
gap.
this statistic that they're talking about, the
Somehow there
64%
might not have been as much trust built
will
into these
be hired if
technologies
they
as
have
you might have
AI
expected.
knowledge
Not
and
unusual in our
understanding.
industry. But we realize we've got islands of information that are out there.
And they
We're
did just
working with
release
these
that AI
LLMs.
associate
Where is this data going when I'm using
certification,
my LLM?
Yeah.
which,
Where did that data just
it's,
go
I
out
guess
of
it's a
that
good way to
query?
kind of just get your
What
feet
is
wet,
happening?
kind of get some
Well, it's
understanding. So those that are
ingested, it's
looking
gone.
for, and if
It's
you are at
using it to
Dreamforce,
get smarter,
you
and
do
you'll
get
never
to
see
take
your
it for free.
data again. Not exactly how we operate in the
What's the
enterprise world.
hallucinations here in this
That
trust
these
gap?
LLMs are hungry for our data. It's how they get smarter. The LLM companies are just algorithm companies. They only work when they have data. And the data that they get, mostly they've stolen, where they just go out onto the net and get whatever data they can get. And the next set of data they want is your data, the corporate data. That will make them even smarter. But so many CEOs and CIOs and CTOs I've spoken to all over the world say, whoa, I'm not ready to turn over all my data to these public LLMs who are going to try to make all my systems smarter. It's really an interesting thing. The other thing that's really interesting is that these things are good, but they're not great. You know, you get a lot of answers that aren't exactly true. So you call them
I feel
hallucinations.
whenever there's a new
I
innovation
call
in
them
technology, you
lies.
have to learn a whole new set of acronyms. And
Put
that's
in
the
my
one that's
data,
been
put in
thrown
my
around quite a bit.
question. Like to ask,
The
some of my
LLMs.
favorite questions, like, who's Mark Benioff? And I'm like, that's not who I am. That's amazing. But it's very convincing. Like, these LLMs are very convincing liars.
LLM
they really
is
are.
large
It's amazing.
language model, right?
And
For
of course,
AI, it's
they
the
can turn
all
very
the
toxic very
inputs
quickly.
that let them make
Not
the outputs.
necessarily great in a customer situation, not necessarily that great in an enterprise or employee situation. Look, we realize this is a phenomenal opportunity for the future, someplace we all want to get to. We want to build new companies. We want to innovate. We want to build great new applications, verticals. You know, okay, we're going to get some trust in there somehow. You know,
It's
but we've
interesting
got
watching
this
him
disconnected
speak
data and
because
these
last year
different
or even the year before that,
APIs
he
and
had his
all these different types of vendors. We're
co-CEO
going to kind of have to stitch this stuff together. And
right by
will
him,
we
and they
get
kind of had
trust
a
out
table
of it
to
at the end of the day?
share the
Will we really
spotlight.
know what we're going to result with?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. And that's why at Salesforce, our amazing engineering team, here's my engineering leader right here smiling. My amazing engineering team and my amazing product teams, they've been saying now for the last 9 months, especially as we go through this next wave into generative, and as we start to head towards autonomous and agents, they said, we need to do something very, very different. Because before we turn all this technology over to you and say that we are going to stand behind it with our values, we are going to add a little something. And what we're going to add
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's our marketing team. Thank you, marketing team.
Okay.
We're going to
What
add
is
our
this?
Einstein platform. And this Einstein One platform, which is what we are going to show you at this show, and what you are going to get your hands on at this show, and we're going to let you get into this technology at this show, this Einstein One platform is very excited. We want to build at Salesforce the trusted AI platform for customer companies. That is our mission around AI.
Yeah, thanks for
We
watching,
want to
Daniel.
build the trusted
Yes,
AI
Daniel.
platform for
We
customer
welcome you.
companies so that everyone is an
And glad you're
Einstein
enjoying.
and more productive. But these words are ordered in a certain way because we think that prioritization is important, and we think that trust is the highest priority here. We want to turn it over to you, but only with trust. We want to make sure it's integrated. We want to make sure it's intelligent. We want to make sure it's automated. We want to make sure it's low code and no code. We want to make sure it's open. And I'll tell you quite a few reasons why that is. We want to make sure it's integrated because we want to make sure all of the applications at Salesforce are working well together. Mayor, thank you for being here. I didn't even see you here. Thank you so much. Our Mayor, London Breed, is right here.
Oh,
Please
there's the
give her
mayor
a
of San
hand.
Francisco.
Well, this is the first product announcement of the keynote, the Einstein One platform.
We want to make sure they're
And that naming
integrated.
convention
I'm gonna hit each one of these
does
points
seem like
and
this is the
why
first of many.
Salesforce's
It's left
technology
itself
is
open
unique
for
to
Einstein
address
2
this
and
AI
Einstein 3 down
opportunity
the road.
today.
And that fits well
Now,
with that imagery
this
of
is our
that
life's
rocket,
work.
right? Like the same way
This
that we
is our
had
life's
Apollo
work. This is
1
what
and
we've been
Apollo
doing for
2, all the
25
way up until
years.
Apollo
You
11 got
literally
us on
just
the
What
moon.
we
So
want to
took
do
the
is
words out
build
of my
an
mouth. I was
integrated
about to say the
platform,
same
number
analogy.
one.
I feel like they're playing
So
it from
we
that
have these great apps,
perspective.
Sales Cloud
They
and
just
Service Cloud
improve.
and
So whatever
Marketing
happens on
Cloud and
this one that needs to be
Commerce and
improvement,
Analytics and
they'll
Platform.
release the next one
And for
and
the
thereafter.
apps that we acquired, we're moving them into our core. The reason why we're moving them into our core is so they can all use our metadata framework. We have found the metadata framework is the key to integration, so that when you write these applications and its resulting metadata, it's all tied together in a smart way. And all the industry applications as well, so that our entire application framework is surrounded by metadata. And then,
Before AI,
last year,
they started using
we
AI.
built this
What was
amazing new data
Einstein
cloud,
tied into?
this
So
incredible
obviously,
new
it
data
feels like
lake,
Einstein is
this
going to
incredible
become
new
the
data warehouse that we call Genie,
the
this
mascot
data
for the
cloud.
AI.
And this
Einstein was always
technology is
AI.
amazing.
It was
And
AI
not
for
some
like Einstein
separate
Next
data
Best
cloud
Action,
on some kind of separate server
Einstein
all by itself.
Predictive
No,
Analytics.
it's a data cloud.
So it was
that's
always
deeply
AI. It
integrated
just wasn't
within our technology.
the GPT.
So you don't need a
Yeah,
separate
now
team
Einstein
to operate
GPT
it,
is that
or a separate set of
that second
components.
wave that he was
It's
talking
inside our
about.
platform. And
So I guess it was
we have
kind of like that
Einstein,
first wave,
that's
and
not
it's
just
just kind of there
predictive,
as a placeholder,
but
and now it's going
generative, and
to
soon to be autonomous
take
with
off
agents, and soon
literally.
to
And I
be
guess the
AGI.
rocket,
Einstein, though, is
analogies.
also deeply integrated in our
A good
Yeah, it
platform.
example of how fast it's going to be,
And that idea,
traversing
Yeah,
from one stage
platform,
to the next.
has AI,
yeah,
data
it was
cloud,
like
and all
algorithmic
these apps,
AI
as
and
well as a platform
machine
to
learning
build
based
new
on
apps. Because we see a
the data
lot of
within your
opportunity
org, and then you
to
could
build
also
new
expand
kinds
it,
of
and it would
apps.
use data
And
from
then we've
across
connected
the
Slack
Salesforce
and
client
Quip
base
and
for those who had
Canvas
opted
and
into that.
Tableau and Heroku and Google's products
So in
and
some way,
Microsoft's
they were
products
kind of
into our
already
metadata
seeing this
framework so that it can
since it
read our
first was
data.
released. And that's
And
actually a good
MuleSoft
question. Does
to
anybody
federate the information
in the audience
to
know
other
when
systems.
Einstein was first
This
released?
is really important. This slide is the very simple idea that we believe carries us forward into the future, that gives you the ability to build these next generation applications.
I was a Salesforce
This idea
Einstein
that it has
champion, so I feel
metadata
like I have an
that's
unknown or
integrated
unfair
and shared
advantage
makes
in
Salesforce fast
subject.
and easy so that you can create once and run anywhere. That is amazing, and that everything that
No one in the
upgrades
audience knows
automatically.
it was
we recently
2016
upgraded a cloud
when
application at Salesforce.
Einstein AI
Yes.
launched as
And when we
Salesforce.
did
That
it,
was that
we had to
Dreamforce
stop
announcement.
our operations for a month.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
So 7 years
My executives will
later,
tell you, I
then-
was flabbergasted. I'm like,
little
everyone
little fun
doesn't just
facts to have,
upgrade
or fast
automatically the way
facts,
we do? No.
as people
I
call
thought
them.
it's on the cloud. It is. Does it use metadata? It doesn't exactly use metadata. Wow. But the data model, the sharing model, the validation rules, the record types, the page layouts, the permissions, the profiles, the codes, the flows, they're all polymorphic. That means that they can flow through the apps and the data cloud, and they flow through the platform and all your applications. So if you create a new field, it populates from the data cloud through the apps all the way to Einstein, that it's all one integrated polymorphic system. That is what we need for this next generation of applications, especially where we're linking AI and data and CRM together at a level like we've never seen before. And for us to do that, we have needed to bring our marketing applications and our commerce applications into what we call our core. We have an initiative in our company called More Core, which is to get more of our technologies into our core. And you're going to get a lot of them here at the show, and you're going to get a lot more in a very short period of time, because once they touch core, boom, they are inside our metadata platform. And once they're inside our metadata platform,
interesting note there,
then we
Daniel.
can start to do some amazing things. And Trailblazers,
and some of the
know what to start
two
doing
of the top
with technology.
Software companies, or
and then once you have that
Apple's
level
like
of
a little bit more
integration,
hardware than
well, you're gonna
software,
want
but yeah,
all this
two big tech
incredible
companies
AI,
rivaling for
but
time
you're gonna
slots
want
here.
it with trust.
I thought
So we've had to
Mark
build our
and
Einstein trust layer, which is what we're about to show you.
original
Tim Cook has
CEO.
spoken at
Not only do you want
Dreamforce
to have
before.
AI,
They
not
were
only do you
pretty
want
good
predictive and generous and
friends.
autonomous and agents
They're
and
actually
AGI.
there's that story behind,
Not
right?
only do you want
Apparently
it
with the App
democratized
Exchange
across
that
all your applications,
it was
but you
the
want
Apple
it
Store first,
inside the
and then
platform,
he actually
and
handed
you
off
want
the
it to
name.
understand the metadata.
Mark
because
Benioff handed off the name
the
over
sharing
to
models must still exist. You know, I recently
at the
had
It was
CEO
Steve
of a
Jobs
bank
at the
come to see
time.
me.
Yes,
But
He's
yeah,
there you
CEO.
go.
the
Yes,
One of
Salesforce
the
App
top 5 in
Exchange
the
was
world.
originally called the
I
App
got this
Store, and
thing
Steve
figured
Jobs
out,
said,
Mark.
"Hey,
Don't worry about a thing. I'm taking
launching
all
this
my customer information,
iPod,
putting it into the LLM,
it's going to have apps
hitting
on
a
it. We need a
button,
place to sell them. I'd
boom, it's
love
going
to
to be like
call
a
it the App
cruising arm.
Store." And
Bam,
Benioff
it's
said, "Yeah,
super
go
smart.
for it. It's yours. We'll make
Right.
ours the App Exchange."
Not so fast.
And that's how the App Exchange was born.
Why is that? Well, number one,
Fun
we
little
work
fact.
with your bankers and
So I don't know
executives all
if
over the
he's
world.
good friends
You
with
know,
Tim Cook,
this banker can't see this
the
person's data.
current
Well, I know that. Well, where's the sharing
CEO.
model and what you're doing? What's the sharing model? Welcome to Salesforce. We're going to show you what a sharing model is so that employees are getting the right data at the right time. It's built in. It has to be built into everything that we're doing. That's what we've been doing for 10 years of this core AI innovation. When we first released Einstein, that was the big idea. We're not looking at your data. Your data is not our product. We are here to do one thing, to make you better. We're here to make you more productive, to make you more successful. Okay? We're not here to take your data. We're not here to look at your data. When we released our AI for the first time, the data was black to us. We don't see it. We had to create technology so that the deep learning systems at the time we were creating were able to operate on their own autonomously without us looking at the data. And we have had tremendous success in these innovations in AI over the last decade. It's amazing. You're going to hear a lot about that at the show. And then on top of that, it's not just integrated, it's not just intelligent. We also have this amazing workflow engine as well. And for those of you who have been using Flow, you know how easy it is to have this type of capability. This idea that I can have workflow inside my core platform to build any kind of application. And where we had multiple workflow engines, we brought them all
So
together.
typically with these
have
new, with
one
this platform
singular
being released,
workflow
right?
engine,
Is this
so
an
that we can
added fee to
automate
existing
trillions
licenses,
of
or is
tasks
this a completely different
automatically.
fee?
This is also
Like a package
extremely
deal.
important as we're
Like
going
you
to
have
get
to
to
get
this AI
this,
nirvana.
and then because
We
obviously you
want
have
to get to
Flow,
the AI nirvana.
the Marketing
And
Cloud,
we
Sales
want to rebuild
Cloud,
all of our
pretty much
applications.
everything else.
And we want to build
Do you
these
have an idea of how that
verticals.
would
And we
work?
want to
I'm
do
just
all
curious.
these amazing things that
obviously
you read
people that
about on
want to
these
leverage
VC
the
blogs about what the
tool,
future looks
but
like.
still have to
And
pay
you
for
want
it.
to bring it in with trust. You're going to need to have these key parts.
I don't know.
And
I
you're also going to
suspect
have to
that we
make
will
it
find
available
out by
to
the end of
non-programmers,
Dreamforce, but I do
not just
suspect that it
hardline
will
coders.
be a
Look, there's less than 10
add-on
million hardline coders in
to
the
existing
world still.
licenses for
But the
full
low coders and the
functionality
no
with
coders,
likely
the people who
some,
can
pieces
non-programmatically put it all
that
together,
roll out as a standard
these are our
functionality with
trailblazers. And these
Sales
people
Cloud
are
or
so
Service
important
Cloud,
to make that happen. Look at
etc.
that.
You
We've got to
remember
make this available in this
Pardot,
low-code,
it's now
no-code
Marketing
way.
Cloud Account Engagement had
And
those
we have to
product
keep it
tiers.
open
I
so that
suspect that we
all of
might
our
see
partners
when
and
that
all of our
roadmap shows,
ecosystem
Sales
can
GPT,
participate
Service
in
GPT, that
this
those will
AI
be
revolution.
add-ons within those product
Because
bases.
if we
But
know one thing,
we'll find out.
we know
There's
it's the
App Exchange
trailblazers
partners.
who are
Where's
going to lead us
where's
forward.
us? Put Mama
And
Merge
it's the
on there.
trailblazers who will lead
App
the AI
Exchange.
revolution. We already have 11.6 million new Salesforce ecosystems jobs by 2028, a $2 trillion net gain in business revenue, in the world from 2022 to 2028.
Being available
These
within the
trailblazers,
applications
they're
means
doing
that
amazing
partners
things.
will
20
try to
million trailblazers
leverage
all over the
some of
world.
those resources to
But we
integrate some
also know
functionality into their apps,
that they also must
some
get
AI
skilled up in
functionality.
AI for the next set of this revolution. Just like we did when we started cloud, and then we went
And
to
that's what we were talking
social,
about
and then we
AI
went to
cert.
mobile, and we went
Yep.
added workflow and all these things.
So
It's a skilling
it definitely
and
costs a lot
reskilling
less
to
than
make
the
us
traditional
stronger
cert,
and better as trailblazers.
which is really cool.
And
It's like
we
an
have
intro
created
course
a
into it.
$500
So
million
I, for
venture
one,
fund.
want to get
For those
want
of
to
you
get
who don't
it
know
just for
about
the sake of
Salesforce
understanding the
Ventures,
terminology, the
Salesforce
lingo.
Ventures has deployed
So when you hear
$5
terms
billion
and words, at least you're familiar
with
with
a
them
28%
a little bit easier.
IRR, which makes it one of the most, if not the most successful venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. We take venture capital and funding entrepreneurs and funding innovation very, very seriously at Salesforce. And this new version of our fund, this is targeted towards these Einstein applications, because what I'm trying to do is to inspire you to start your own companies like I did, to go create a great opportunity on Einstein 1, building on this amazing platform, and sell to our customers all this value. It could be a vertical, okay? It could be a horizontal. It could be some amazing new application that you envision at this show right now, because we know that you're going to need this kind of capital to move that forward. And one more thing, we also know that this is a trust revolution. This is going to be built on trust. And when I read these blogs and I read the periodicals and I talk to my friends and so forth and so on, you know, the narrative that they have around AI is not the narrative that we have around AI. We have a very different narrative around artificial intelligence. We look at things very differently. And we are not afraid to say things that others are afraid to say. Is that right? My head of AI is sitting right here. Good, I'm glad I have him in the right place. The tenets of trusted and ethical and humane use. Several years ago, we were in this room and we said, you know, technology is about to really change. We need new standards for ethical and humane use. And we created an ethical and humane use officer in our company. We created a
I wonder how it's
chief
going to tie in
trust officer in our company
from a government
way
perspective,
before anyone else.
because obviously, just like
Because we
everything else, the
recognize at
government
Salesforce,
tends to get involved
your
in setting
data
some sort of
is not our product.
standards
That is
across
not what we do
businesses.
here. So for a lot of companies that you're
There was
dealing
those
with,
issues already going on with
and
the
for a
social
lot
media
of
sites,
companies that you're
as to
partnering with,
whether or not
and a lot of
information should be
companies that you're
available,
looking at,
individual personal
or that you
information.
work
So
with,
having
especially on
AI
the
information
B2C
that
side
gets
and on the consumer
regenerated
side,
or
you know how they
consolidated
operate.
based
I don't
on
have to tell you.
existing information.
I do
It's
not have to explain to
this is going
anybody
to take us
here.
down
It
the
is a
road where I
well-known
feel
Yeah.
like there's going to be a
secret
lot
at this
of
point
different
of
perspectives.
fact. They're using your
Well,
data
whose
Salesforce
to
has
make
perspective?
money.
historically
That
been
is
like
not what
a
we do at
trust leader
Salesforce.
in the tech
Your data
space and
isn't our
always had
product.
that focus
You
on being
control
a,
access to your data.
you know, a customer
We
company
prioritize
where
accurate,
trust is their
verifiable
most valuable
results.
asset.
Our product policies
So I think the
protect
things
human
that we're seeing
rights,
on this
and
slide
we advance
here,
responsible AI
data
globally,
not
just
being the
as we always
product,
have.
the
And
fact that folks
transparency
control
builds
access to
trust.
their own data,
And let me tell you one more point about
prioritizing
that. You're
accuracy
going
and
to learn a lot about
verifiability,
those
those
principles at this
are
conference.
all in line
This is
with
going to be very important.
Salesforce's
We all know,
commitment to trust, and
and
I
we all
think
have in our mind
should
what could happen if this AI thing goes
assuage
really
some
wrong.
of those fears that people
right?
historically
Do we all
have
understand
around,
that? Peter Schwartz is right here.
I'll
He
say,
wrote
less
Minority
scrupulous
Report
tech
and War Games.
companies
He understands.
trying to
Okay?
collect and collate
We
as
know
much
what could
data as
happen
possible
if
to
the
build an
AI thing goes
AI
really wrong.
with a
Right? You ever see
focus
that movie with
solely
the guy
on
Hal in there?
the bottom line
Okay,
or
everyone's with me.
revolutionizing the results
Let's
and the
keep it going
outputs
in the
at
right
the
direction.
expense of trust.
And the
So,
person who's going to help me do
assuming
that
they
is
can
my
stick to those
co-founder
tenets
for
and
25
maintain their
years.
position
Please
as a
welcome
leader
him,
in
Parker
the
Harris,
customer
right
trust
here.
space, I'm optimistic here.
All right,
Okay.
Parker.
Parker Harris here.
Make all
He's a
that happen.
familiar
Thank
sight
you
at
very
Dreamforce.
All right, thank you, Mark. Well, as Mark said, you know, I met Mark, 25 years ago, Mark? People didn't trust their data on the internet, right? And so as Mark said, when we are going into this new world of AI, we needed to create these tenets. And so we're leading all of you and leading our company and leading our technology through values as we enter this entirely new world of generative AI. But I'm here to tell you how we're going to do that. How are we going to actually take those values and build technology that's going to protect you. And that's why we built something called the Einstein Trust Layer. You know, when you use ChatGPT and you're entering a prompt and you're going straight to it, there is no Einstein Trust Layer. It's not there for you. You're going straight to that LLM. Well, in the enterprise, as Mark said, you know, these AIs want your data, but we need to protect your data. That is what we call trust. And so when that prompt is getting built, and you'll see some really cool technology of how we dynamically do that. We'll do the secure data retrieval from the CRM system, from the data cloud. We'll do dynamic grounding because we want those prompts to be really relevant at the point that you're using that LLM. But all that data doesn't go to the LLM. We're not going to send PII information. We're not going to send credit card information. We're going to make sure you remain compliant. So all that data is going to get masked. That is data that you don't want to go there.
I'm not familiar with dynamic grounding. Are you, Jesse?
Unmask it.
No, dynamic,
back.
obviously, it's happening
protected.
in the moment, but
and
that's
then we
definitely
have
a newer term for me.
secure LLM gateway.
So once again,
so it's not just one LLM.
New,
We built
innovation.
over 10
I don't
LLMs
know
at
if I want to call it
Salesforce.
new
We're
technology.
partnering with companies like
I think
Anthropic,
it's new innovation.
Cohere, OpenAI,
You're taking
all these
existing
amazing
data,
LLMs. And so we
and
have
now
this
you're
secure
changing
gateway.
the way
Could be your LLM as well, by the way.
output it.
Well, when we go to those LLMs,
But that's just my perspective.
those
It could be a
LLMs
new
are never going to
technology. I just
keep
feel
your
like
information.
because it requires existing data,
So they're not going to suck
it
your
can't function
enterprise
without
data
it.
up
If
and
it has no
train
data,
on
then
it
it
and
won't be
get
able to do all
smarter
the
with
stuff.
your data. No, our secure gateway is going to protect it. And then when the data comes back, when that prompt comes back with something that's generated, so some really amazing AI generated email or an automated flow comes back, we're going to make sure that we check it for toxicity, meaning was there a hallucination? Is it toxic? Is there some ethical issue in there? We're going to scan it. And then we're going to keep an audit trail of all of the use of your AI so that you can keep track of how's it going? Is it working? Or are my employees really getting value from it? Are my customers getting value? Are we getting a lot of hallucinations? Are we getting a lot of toxicity? Let's work on that together. But most importantly, it doesn't stop there. It's powering your CRM activities. So how you're selling, how you're servicing, how you're marketing. It is completely built in. It's not off to the side. We didn't say, oh, here's some Einstein, we'll snap it in, we'll have a trust layer somewhere else. It's part of the Einstein One platform. It's totally integrated. So it's integrated into your industry apps, into your CRM apps. It's integrated to Slack and Tableau. Any application you're using on the App Exchange, any customizations of that metadata framework, it's completely integrated. It's also integrated to that data cloud. We're going to talk a lot about data cloud because, as Mark said, AI wants the data. It really needs the data. You know, in a way, this AI revolution is actually a data revolution because the AI revolution wouldn't exist without the power of all that data.
That was my point.
You have incredible data in your enterprises.
So,
you have incredible
there's no AI
IP
without data.
that you want to tap.
Data without
you want to take that IP and use it in your use of generative AI. But there's a problem. You're like, well, Parker, the data's everywhere. Parker, I've got mainframes still. So how many of you have mainframes? Anyone have a mainframe still running in their enterprise? The banks, the insurance companies, they have technology that's working great, but it's out there on those mainframes. Or you might be using multiple cloud providers. You might have databases all over your enterprise, and you need to bring it together. 71% of your company applications are disconnected.
I feel like this is a big emphasis on that.
We want to help you bring it together
some of the larger companies
so that you can use it in your AI, and that's why we have Einstein
centralizing
One
data in one
Cloud.
location, which
Mark said
that's
earlier,
why you have to create
it's a hyperscale
for
data
pretty much
engine, but
everything,
it's built inside of this
every
Einstein One
platform you want to
platform.
use it just
And it connects
copies
all
of your data. Just sitting
it's included in all the
locations
applications, sales, service, marketing,
Well,
commerce,
that's another one of
industry,
those,
everything.
you know,
It's integrated
long-time
natively with that
Salesforce
Salesforce
promises.
metadata.
Salesforce's
It's
goal
not
of
a
being
separate
a
platform.
single source for truth in your
Anybody
organization
here know how to build a flow?
has always, you know, relied
Flows will work
on
on it. Anybody know how to
being
build a
the
report
central
or a
repository
dashboard?
of all of that
works
disparate
too.
data from those different
Everything where it's
platforms.
not
So
a
you
single
have one
platform,
source
it
of
all
truth
works
in
there.
that.
And it'll give you the
Here's
power
my
of
reports
AI
from
and unified
AWS.
CRM
Here's
in
my
all of your
reports from
customer
Google
engagements.
Analytics. Here's my reports from
And we have over 2
CRM. Here's
trillion
my reports
records
from
that have been
QuickBooks.
processed
Now I got to
so
manually look at
far
all of
per
them.
month on Einstein 1
That's
Data
definitely
Cloud.
something I would look
But that's
forward to
just the
seeing.
start.
A
That seems
central
like a big
location, so you only
number.
have one set of data,
But many of you
and then you
haven't
can
used
use
it yet,
across
and you're going
many
to start.
different
And that
locations,
number is going to
as long as they're all
increase
integrated in some way.
exponentially. So how does this work? Well, the data is coming from everywhere. It's coming from your CRM apps. I'll do that for you automatically. Don't worry about it. It's coming from your different lake houses. Many of you probably use Snowflake. You might be using Amazon Web Services for your data lake. You might be using Databricks. You might be using Google. We don't care. We're partnering with all of them, and all of those data lakes will integrate perfectly into the data cloud. We'll get to your data through APIs. By the way, MuleSoft is a great technology to leverage to get to your data. We'll bring it into the data cloud. We'll harmonize it. We'll clean it up for you. We'll make sure that there's only one view of the customer, because I don't want to be multiple Parker Harrises when I'm working with a
Oh, looked like they lost the
there goes
audio.
the audio
This time.
individual as Parker. I want to see them as who I am
keeping
right now.
keeping
I
track
want
of the number of
them
times
to
they lose
see
audio.
me in real time,
The number
so that when I'm interacting in a sales context, when I'm buying something, or when I have a problem in a customer service context, I want them to know who I am and help me right away. Or when they send me a marketing email, I want them to send me something that's very relevant to me. That's the power of data and AI tied to CRM, fully integrated. Okay, I've talked enough. I want to see, anybody want to see some technology?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right, let's see a demo. And I'd like to bring up
first demo.
Sajna Parulekar. Sorry, I was practicing that earlier. Einstein and Data Cloud Product Marketing. Please take it away, Sajna, and give us a great demo.
Oh, here we go. Our presenter here.
Thank you, Parker.
So hopefully we get to
Now,
see
I
a
spend a lot
co-pilot
of
here,
time
the
with
user
customers
side
just like
of
all of
the
you in this
Einstein 1
room,
platform.
talking about the data problems that you want to solve. And the number one thing that stands out is that you want to connect the wealth of data that you have in different systems to your critical business actions. The time it takes to do this, it's too costly, it's too time intensive. You want to be able to do this with low code. So let me show you how. Now, the screen you're seeing right here might look like fiction to many of you in this room. I have a lot of rich data being surfaced to me about this unified individual. I have a customer lifetime value score. I have a propensity to buy score. I even have a rich activity feed of different ways this customer is interacting with me across various different channels. But all of this is possible with Data Cloud deeply embedded inside of Einstein 1. And it all starts with connecting your data. We've been talking a lot about low code today, and with no code at all, you can connect to any data within your organization, whether it's a Salesforce cloud, an external data source like Amazon S3 or Google Cloud, or even a wide variety of connectors with MuleSoft Endpoint Exchange. Now, once I've connected my data, there's an important step. I need to harmonize all of this data into one data model. You might wonder, why does this matter? This matters because when we have data in different systems, it uses different ways and different schemas to refer to a single individual. And when we bring all of this data onto the platform, now all of our data speaks the same language. Now, many of our trailblazers in the room today have been building powerful business process automations with Salesforce Flow for years. Now, you can trigger those same flows with that dynamic, rich customer data and company data using a matter of clicks. You just choose your Data Cloud triggered flow. You can bring in that unified information that I showed you earlier and bring this unified data to powerful workflows like this proactive service alert you see here to provide excellent customer service. And it doesn't stop there. With Data Cloud now on our powerful metadata framework, all your dashboards get better and are now real time with all of that customer information. All of your applications get better too. So I've shown you how to build this with low code, but I want to show you how you can activate it and surface this data to all of your business users as well. Because with Data Cloud in the Einstein 1 platform, All of this data across all of these systems is immediately available in any BI tool. So what we're showing you here is Tableau Pulse. And Tableau Pulse makes it easy to surface insights and information to any of your business users. Now, insights like this usually take some time. They take time for your data team to do some complex ETL and data processing, and then visualization. And by the time that data gets to you as a business user, the insights are stale. But with Data Cloud and Tableau working together, I can simply make these insights available to all of my business users in real time. And I can simply ask questions of my data with a simple conversation. Now that is the power of Data Cloud deeply embedded in the Einstein 1 platform. Back to you, Parker.
Hey. All right, thank you, Sanjna. So, if Data Cloud's fully integrated, if it's going to make your customer interactions richer, if it's going to power all of the AI, you all need it. Every single one of you needs it. And we want to make that really, really easy. That's why I'm so excited to announce that Data Cloud is now free to get started. You get up to 10,000 profiles to start exploring.
There's our first pricing answer.
Yeah, you should clap for that.
Yeah.
This was actually very hard technically. Thank you, Srini. Thank you to the entire engineering team to make this possible. This is not easy to make self-service. Basically, Data Cloud and analytics are now self-service for you. You can get started for free, and that's going to be amazing. All right. The AI revolution is a data revolution, but it's also a customer revolution. And who better to talk about the customer revolution than David Schmeier, our president of product. David, take it away.
Thank you, Parker.
Get a fourth speaker here.
Hi, everyone. As Parker said, the AI revolution is definitely a customer revolution, and we're all here because it's all about the customer. And we use Einstein every day to run our business and our worldwide forecast meetings, to manage our leads, to do our quotes. And we decided, let's ask Einstein, how can we even take it to the next level? And how can we connect with our customers in entirely new ways? And the answer is simply astonishing. One of the greatest innovations in the history of the company. Introducing Einstein 1 Copilot.
Oh.
It's going to be the user side of Einstein on the sidebar.
Because now
makes
everyone's
it easy to
an
use
Einstein, and you can be more productive with the Copilot in every single app. It's really, truly sensational. And it's built on all the innovations that we talked about earlier. So this metadata framework, and we've listened to you to make the #1 sales app and the #1 AI service app and marketing and customer service and commerce and industry applications. And so we've listened to you, and now this helps you in the flow of work with step-by-step guidance in every single application. So this is a big, big deal. The data powers the AI, and the AI now powers your customer experience. So let me unpack this for you a little bit and tell you about this. So Einstein 1 Sales, the #1 AI sales platform, just got better and stronger.
Slack is excited about free Data Cloud and Tableau.
Look at all of your leads and have it
Does that mean you have to
automatically
go for a
prospect for you.
Data Cloud cert?
Now it can automatically set up meetings for you. Now it can transcribe the meetings for you automatically and even send out those action items. And it can generate the quotes, the proposals, and even the contract language.
So it's just kind of like the sequence, Einstein 1 and then the product.
Will never be
So
more
Einstein 1
productive
sales,
than it will be
Einstein
with
1 marketing,
sales. This is a
Einstein
big,
1
big deal. An Einstein 1
service.
Yeah, the Einstein layer on each
service
product.
app.
Yeah.
So now
On
we
top of
take
everything.
data and AI and infused it into our Copilot for service. This gives you automatic responses and answers to your questions. So your CSRs are automatically up to date with the latest about your customers, the latest about your products, and they have the answers on the fly, and they can respond to the customers and automatically generate the answers using the channel of their choice: email, SMS, mail, chat, whatever that communication channel that your customers really care about.
It looks like everything's coming out
And now
in
your marketers have
Q4
never
of
been
this
more
year.
productive. Marketing
With some
automation is
functionality
typically also an
available.
art as well as the
early
science,
next year.
where people that were really smart could custom craft these segments of lookalike
We're only
customers.
a month and a half
now,
away from
with
Q4,
segment
so
intelligence,
rapidly
with
approaching.
Copilot for marketing, this is all created for you.
Salesforce
automatically. It's
Q4
really
being
amazing.
November,
You gotta go
December,
see
January,
this
because
demo,
they
and I would recommend
fiscal
go seeing
year
the
February
demos for every
1st.
single one of these
Because
cloud
Salesforce
keynotes
kind of gets
that we
shifted
have
1 month
tomorrow, and
versus
so
the
a few of them
regular,
this afternoon.
12-month
And
period.
this
So
allows
that's their
you
fiscal
to
year.
take the journeys and the segments and the marketing campaigns and make them that much more special, that much more tailored. It's mass personalization at scale for your entire marketing department.
And that's what's interesting to
Commerce
me.
Cloud
I'll be tuning
just
into that
got
session
that
tomorrow at
much stronger,
12:45.
leveraging this Einstein AI platform.
Yeah, I
So
have to put that on my
now
radar.
your commerce sites can
Now
be
with
put up and
everything coming
generated
down.
automatically. They can be designed
As
for the
a
highest
marketer
conversion
myself,
rates possible with
very interested.
personalization built in. And there's an incredible demo you'll see of all the product descriptions being created automatically. So I'm a product manager, I'm gonna launch 100 different products, and it just creates all of the materials. It creates the landing page on the website. It even creates the literature about these products for the customers. So it really is truly amazing. And these platform services are the secret sauce of all of this. So you're going to see this a little bit later from Patrick. This is all done in a declarative, metadata-driven way with this unified metadata. So you're going to hear about the Copilot Studio. So not only do we give you all these amazing Copilots, but you can change them and configure them and get them to do what you want them to do, which is really amazing. So there's a builder framework that allows you to build the prompts. It allows you to change the skills, and it allows you to change which models that you want to use. This is truly the secret sauce, and please join us later today for the platform keynote to learn more about these capabilities. And we just saw Tableau Pulse, which was really one of my favorite new applications. Dashboards are great. Analytic applications are even better. But who wouldn't love to talk to their data? So now everyone is a data analyst. Everyone can have all this rich data, and the best companies in the world make data-driven decisions. But now you can take the insights and you can drive them right there into action with Tableau Pulse and Copilot for Tableau. In Canvas, we've taken the greatness of Quip and we blended it together with Slack. So now that your people can be that much more productive, that much more seamlessly integrating and collaborating and working together. And this is the future of work right here with Canvas. And so Canvas is amazing. We use it every day at Salesforce. And now you too can use this either within Slack or as a standalone application. It has a huge reduction in the time of work for collaborating and prospecting and working together on sales teams or marketing teams or service teams. And MuleSoft is the world's #1 API management system in the world, and it just got better and stronger. So now with this new platform, Einstein for Anypoint Code Builder allows you to take hundreds or even thousands of applications and integrate them together in one seamless workflow. And we've listened to you and taken Flow and MuleSoft and put them more tightly integrated together. So now you can have hyper-automation at scale across all these different applications. And the skills that are part of these AI models, you'll see later, they talk to these different applications through APIs. So MuleSoft's more important than ever as an integral part of your framework. And finally, industries. This is really, really important. Every digital transformation is an industry transformation, and we want to help you lead your industry and revolutionize your industry with purpose-built applications. So all this AI and all this data, including Data Cloud, the Copilot Studio, is coming to our 13 industry clouds. So now I'm Wealth Advisor.
I know these have all said Q4, and this is Q2 of next year, but I definitely have a tab open of my Trailhead org, like looking for like, hey, where is this? And then I was like, oh, I got to be patient.
Events,
it's
and
not
I
out
can
yet.
help them buy the right, use the right investment
Yeah, they're
products
literally
or the
going
right
down the
services
line of
to
all the
achieve those
products.
goals. Or maybe I'm an
slapping the
educator
Einstein
and I
one
want to have a student
prefix.
information system where every student we want to steward
like a
and
huge
look
overhaul
after to make sure that
for
they
their
have
products.
the right curriculum and
So
the
it's
right
not,
skills that they
it is a
learn
new
at the right
product, but
time.
it's an
Or
addition
maybe it's
to
in the patient services
all the
area
existing
where we
products.
want to make sure that
I guess
every healthcare
enhancement
patient
of
has an
enhancements.
incredible experience. And one last one that's really
Across the
exciting
spectrum.
is we're going to be building
That's
a new industry cloud too that takes
and other
advantage
than
of this
AI, I
Einstein
haven't
One
really heard anything else
platform,
being
and it's
talked about
for
in this
all of you in the
keynote.
life sciences
So
industry. We've
we're like
listened to you, we've heard you,
99.9%
and we're going to be coming out
AI
with the life sciences cloud. So it's
honed
very,
in.
very exciting. Now, we love technology. We love all these amazing capabilities of AI plus data plus CRM, but it's even better to see it in action. And there's no better company in the world to illustrate this vision than Williams-Sonoma. We have Laura here we're going to talk to later, who's become a good friend of the company. And Williams-Sonoma is an e-tailer and retailer. They're truly a leader with world-renowned brands like Williams-Sonoma.
Looks like they're going to go into that
Elm,
use case
and
example
Pottery
to kind
Barn.
of
And we're
showcase
going to
some of
roll a
these
short film to hear a little bit more about their journey
some of the
to
stuff
be a digital
with an actual customer.
exemplar on how to treat their customers. So let's roll the film.
At Williams-Sonoma, we tell the story of the shopkeeper. Chuck Williams was inspired on a trip to France. He brought back a dream, and he opened a small shop, bringing those French cooking tools to the United States.
He really built that one-on-one relationship with his customers. And almost 70 years later, we operate by that same ethos, putting the customer at the center of everything we do.
Chuck really cultivated that shopkeeper mentality, and we've been able to effectively deliver that experience in the digital world with AI, with data, with the latest innovations.
The in-house work which we do is indeed a bedrock for Williams-Sonoma's growth.
Our partnership with Salesforce allows us to integrate that innovation and deliver it at scale, securely, reliably, connecting the dots between the B2C marketing space and the B2B space, and really ultimately amplify customer experiences we want to deliver.
We have this amazing portfolio of brands that allows us to serve our customer in every major event, even the small events of every day.
Customer 360 for us is really about being able to stitch not just their behavioral data and their transactional data, but our understanding about who they are.
Our triggered email program is able to capture what our customers are interested in from a product perspective, but also a life stage perspective. And as our customer transitions through different life stages, our marketing transitions as well.
Data Cloud is where we're layering in our own data science to translate all these signals.
Leveraging all of our data to make sure that we're serving the right message to the right customer. And it's our job to inspire them.
Dreaming about the dinner party, a better recipe for the holidays, a gift that you give. That's the stuff that gets people really excited. If we know they love to bake, we are able to send personalized notes about the latest and greatest baking.
I'm super excited about the era which we have entered, powered by data, AI, and CRM. And I think trust is going to be the key.
Whether it's machine learning or deep learning or NLP, is absolutely transformative. So we're working closely with Salesforce to figure out how do we integrate our own AI capabilities into our marketing programs to take that to the next level.
The better we can personalize our communication to you, the better we serve you. And what I'm thrilled about with Salesforce is that they're helping us do that so much better than we've ever been able to do.
Salesforce has come to the table with a lot of care and focus on the customer experience. We trust them for their scale, agility, and for their performance. It's about building a world of possibilities for our customers.
We're so excited about the partnership, and the best, I think, is yet to come.
Hopefully, the artificial intelligence there does a better job of helping us pick gifts for folks than just what their kitchens look like. Because I remember growing up being like, well, my mom has roosters all over the kitchen, so anything with a rooster on it, I can buy at Williams-Sonoma and call it a Mother's Day gift. Like, oh, my grandparents' kitchen is all Coca-Cola themed, so any Coca-Cola memorabilia is an instant buy. So hopefully the AI gives us a little bit more range on our gift purchases than just being like, oh, they really seem to like cow print. I'll get those.
So we're going to have a little bit of fun here today, and we're going to show you all of this in action on the Einstein One platform in this
where you know that
demo.
for certain
But before
cultures,
we get
certain things are a
let's give our
no-no.
amazing demo team a hand, Rusha and Callie.
Let's see this demo. Wait, are they cooking?
Now, to tell you this story, I want to introduce you to Naya. who's a
think it's just
longtime
the
customer of
background,
Williams-Sonoma.
the theme.
She's been in
It's a
their key
cooking theme,
rewards
but I think they're
program for
just on their
6 years.
laptops.
So
I
we
mean,
have a
yeah,
lot of data about
the
her
computers.
across all of our brands. And in this marketing homepage, I have all of
Lifetime
this data
value of
available to me. I have
115
her customer
grand at
lifetime score.
Williams-Sonoma is
I have her propensity to buy certain
wild.
products and her purchase history across all of our channels. All of this is powered by that rich information in Data Cloud. I even have this real-time engagement feed with all of the ways she's interacting with me across these various channels at Williams-Sonoma. But even for the data-driven marketers at Williams-Sonoma, while this is a dream, it can be a little overwhelming. We need a little help here to digest this data and to act on it. So that's why we have the Einstein Copilot as this new addition. And Einstein Copilot is our brand new conversational interface
To get to
Salesforce.
$115,000 of lifetime value,
And Einstein
if I was
notices
buying from
that
Williams-Sonoma for
this prospect,
60
Naya,
years,
is
I'd have to
actually in
spend
the
$2
wrong
grand
segment.
a year.
It turns out that she's more of a B2B prospect
I
now
guess
than
10
a
grand
B2C
every year
prospect.
for
We followed
from
her
the last
customer
11
journey.
years.
So I'm going to go
Which
ahead and update
rounds
her
out to like
segment
maybe $1,000
and go
a
to this
month.
campaign.
Yeah,
Now,
but I
as a marketer,
suppose
I
like
want
if
to make
it's
sure that I'm
if it's
building
lifetime
really
value and it's
personalized
Einstein
content for
predicting and
everyone
it's taking into
inside of
account
this segment.
inflation,
And
then
Einstein
like
is going to help me do
in
it.
50 years, $2
Now, I
grand will
want
be
to
the
build an
equivalent
email for
of
these customers.
$100.
And so
So
Einstein's
that,
just going to help me get started.
you know, is
With
that lifetime
first
value
draft
in
that I can
today's
iterate
dollars
on.
or in
Remember, Einstein's my
end year
co-pilot,
dollars? I'm
co-creating with
curious
me
about.
in this marketing experience. So we see a pretty good first draft here, but we want to add some images to make this a little bit more dynamic. And something that's really cool about Williams-Sonoma is that they've developed their own image generation algorithm. So they can actually bring that seamlessly onto the Einstein One platform and have Einstein surface for it here.
So this will be interesting
Now,
if
I
you
want to
take an
add a little
existing
bit more here,
repository of
maybe some
images
special
and then
promotional
use that
items to make
with
this really appealing
artificial
to this
intelligence
segment.
to recreate new images
There
out
we
of those
go.
images?
Einstein
Or
has
is it
boosted my
using
productivity as a
a
marketer and helped me
LLM
create this email
to
campaign
create that
so easily.
for a trusted
But
one, I
what about
guess,
for sales
right, for the
reps?
Salesforce side to do
Now,
that?
at Williams-Sonoma, the sales reps stay day in and day out in this seller home. And it has all of the information that they need to run their day, from pipeline information to all of those right metrics. And Einstein Copilot is here to help too. It looks like Einstein has noticed an important new B2B prospect that's been surfing our website. Now remember, this is information that would have previously been locked across various systems, our marketing website over here and our salespeople over here. But with the power of Data Cloud and Einstein working together on the platform, this insight is available to every sales rep. Now, I want to make sure I give this prospect a call. But remember, I told you that this prospect has been with us for 6 years. That's a lot of data. And so Einstein can help me summarize the contact information to get me really prepared for that call. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, and I'm going to give this prospect a call. And while the call is happening, Einstein is transcribing all of this information and can then summarize it for me and bring that into the contact record. Now, we know that sales reps spend so much time on the phone,
Is that
taking
something
notes
that needs
and
to be
bringing those
mentioned
inside of
every time you
Salesforce.
receive a
But
call
with the
or with an
power of the
agent?
Einstein Copilot,
You know,
we can
before it
do
used to be
this
like this call will be
automatically.
monitored and recorded.
And Einstein takes
Now
it
it'll
a
be
step
this call will be
further
monitored,
and
recorded,
even
and
gives me this
transcribed
helpful action plan
without
that
your
gives me
consent.
key actions I can take with the customer. Now, don't be fooled by the simplicity of this screen. There's a lot of sophistication here. I'm surfacing rich PDFs from our design team. I'm surfacing rich context information. And all of this is done automatically with the Einstein Copilot. Now, I found out something pretty exciting on this call with Naya, and she's actually opening her first restaurant in her hometown. And we want to make sure that all the designers at Williams-Sonoma and all of the support reps can help her do this
That
successfully.
is pretty soon.
So
in a
let's hop
couple
on
of
over to
weeks.
service and see how this is going. Now, the weeks go by, and it looks like Naya actually wants to make a change to her order.
Help,
She wants
the
to move
deadline
up the
on my
delivery
latest
date by
restaurant
a
project
couple
has
of
moved
weeks.
up.
Now, this can be a little bit
That's
of a
today.
tricky query for any service rep, let alone a brand new one. But Einstein Copilot is here to help me solve this case. Now, the order you're seeing on the screen is actually coming from Williams-Sonoma's own product finder product that they've developed that manages all of their orders and brings that right into this conversational experience. That's Data Cloud bringing all of that data into this conversational experience. Now, it looks like the chairs that Naya wants actually aren't available and in stock for this particular new date. So we're gonna go back and forth with her and work on a solution. So we send her a new chair that seems like it might be a good fit, and it looks like she's actually looking for a more eco-conscious option. So we're gonna surface a new product recommendation. And an important thing to note here is that Einstein is both being proactive and reactive. I'm getting proactive product recommendations across
so now
the
the
entire
date got moved up.
portfolio, depending on what Naya wants to see in the chat. And I'm getting reactive reply recommendations that I can easily use as a service rep. And the output is excellent customer experiences, excellent service, and that case is closed very quickly. Now we're gonna fast forward a bit, and Naya gets a mobile notification on her phone telling her that her chairs have arrived right on time. A seamless experience, all with the Einstein One platform. Now, Williams-Sonoma is bringing together this entire connected experience in service of making Naya's experience one that is universal across all of their customers. So she has a successful opening, and all of their customers can leverage
I know.
all
They
of
actually
innovation.
recreated the set.
Back to you, Mark.
With the big
for the
screen
use
that they had
case
from the
and the
opening.
customer.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right.
I don't recall that happening before.
How about a huge hand for Sajana?
So at
Well done.
the keynote event.
Yeah.
Well, that was such an exciting demo. And Laura Alber is here, the CEO of Williams-Sonoma. Please welcome Laura to Dreamforce.
And this will be our fifth speaker.
Laura, we're happy to have you. And I know you've come to the last couple of Dreamforces, and we're so grateful for the relationship that the company has with you. So thank you for being here. But we thought this year we would love to profile your company and the incredible work you're doing, not just in the B2C space, but the B2B space. And it's amazing how your company's transformed and that you're able to serve both types of these customers. You know, what's been your biggest surprise, Laura, you know, when you're out there kind of developing this next generation company?
It's, first of all, how much time do we have?
2 hours was fine. Go ahead. We got all the day, all the time you want.
That's a good
You
question.
know, as you saw in the video, we've been at this for a long time with a lot of brands. We started a lot of them in our own company, and the innovation and the entrepreneurial culture is really alive and well at Williams-Sonoma. And as much as things change, they stay the same. And service is still the most important thing that we do. And what's exciting about the future is this new technology that's really going to be able to help us serve our customers better and inspire them more than we are able to today.
What's your dream for AI? You and I have had so many conversations about AI, and you've thought about AI in your company and your personal life. You know, what is your dream for AI and Williams-Sonoma? How do you think it can improve your company and its productivity?
Well, let's talk about trust, right? And what does trust mean and what breaks trust? And when you think about things and people that you trust, they are reliable, they are helpful, and they do no harm, right? And so when you think about brands, they're going to win with AI. They have to really add value to the customer's life. They have to serve them better than they did before. And the last thing you want it to do is to hurt the customer experience. And I've been thinking about this a lot, and I actually was pretty inspired by Parker and his resetting of what artificial intelligence really means. And the truth is that when it comes to customers, there can be nothing artificial about the experience. So as we use AI and we use it to inspire and improve the experience, we need to make sure that it's completely authentic. So I wonder about a name change to AI. I wonder if it should just be called intelligence, or as Parker said, data intelligence. And I think we should stop thinking about the definition as artificial when it comes to the customer experience.
Well, it's a powerful thought, you know. Fantastic. It's a powerful thought. We've been working with this amazing company in Italy, Gucci. They were so happy they made these shoes that I'm wearing and sent them to me.
There we
very
go.
happy about
There's the
that,
answer.
especially because everybody likes free shoes.
For anybody that was curious,
But
including myself.
we are using Einstein One platform with them in their customer service center in Italy. And they thought, oh, maybe we're going to get more productive. Maybe we're not going to need as many customer service or call center folks. But all of a sudden, their team is on Einstein 1. They're using this amazing platform. And what they realized was, wait, our customer service team just closed a deal. Our customer service team just created a marketing campaign. Our customer service team just created a new product. And all of a sudden, they were augmented. They had the ability to be different and better than they had ever been before. And they renamed the entire team Cloud9, which was pretty cool. You know, do you see something like that happening at Williams-Sonoma?
Absolutely. You know, it's not easy to furnish a home. It's not easy to cook dinner or Thanksgiving. And, you know, there's so many life stages, things change. And when you come upon those big times in your life where you need to buy a new house and furnish it, or move to a new apartment, or downsize, or bring a baby into your life, you need a lot of help. And so imagine if we can use the collective information from other people who are in your situation to better serve you. And it's not just about the selling. It's also about the supply chain and how you can optimize costs and how you can better deliver that to you. And if there is a change, and you know, when you showed the video about the thing having to be early, I started to sweat because this happens all the time. How do you make those changes and do it with a profit? And so what we're seeing is the AI serves us in many different places, not just the obvious ones, marketing and sales, but also
I don't think they'll do it, but I would love to see AI generated like curb alerts from Williams-Sonoma where it says, hey, your neighbor just bought a new couch and end table, and they used to have the couch and end table that you've had in your cart for the last 2 years, Chris. So we know your address, we know their address. You might want to pop outside on Thursday when their new couch is delivered because their old couch might be there. Now's a good time to bring them a tray of cookies and introduce yourself and say, hey, if you ever get rid of that couch, let me know. And they'll say, oh, I'm actually getting rid of it this week. So
to make AI successful inside your companies, we're going to go through some terms and some ideas that we haven't had to really cross these bridges before with you at Dreamforce, but we're going to do it with our new Einstein 1 platform, and we're going to do it with Patrick Stokes. Patrick, where are you? Please welcome him. Patrick Stokes.
Okay, looks like we're going to get some updated vocab and definitions here.
Number 6 now.
Hey, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Laura. So, look, we have just seen some absolutely incredible experiences of how Williams-Sonoma is bringing AI into every workflow across their business. And we've seen how they're using it with their customers like Naya to open restaurants just like this. But if you're like me just a few months ago, your head is probably spinning a little bit. You're probably looking at all of this and looking at Einstein just reacting, and it seems to know everything about your business. And you're probably wondering, how does this all work, right? Is this real? It looks a little bit too good to be true. And it's not. It's not magic. It's just AI. But like the internet maybe 2 decades ago, we have to kind of learn some new terms so that we can get some headspace around how does this all work.
It's funny how he says 2
let's
decades,
do that by
but
just
it feels
considering
like
what it's like
50
to
to
build
100
an
years,
application
the way
today.
things have been
Because when we build applications with AI,
changing so much.
it's a very, very different animal. So let's think through this. When we build applications today, it really starts with clicks or our user interface. Now, our user interface is usually represented by buttons and menus. We're all used to these as individuals. And as an application developer, I have to spend quite a bit of time thinking about the way those buttons look, where I place them in my application, because I want my application to be intuitive for my users. And then behind all of those buttons, I need them to do something, right? When a user presses a button, I need it to do something. And so we just connect buttons to code that somebody has to go out and write. Those buttons just represent instructions on behalf of the user, and we send those instructions into code, which has been kind of carefully written and carefully crafted to receive those instructions in a very specific way and then execute. And then when we execute, all we're really doing, if we really wanted to simplify an application, is we're changing data. We're creating new data, writing data, editing data, or in some cases, deleting data. But an AI application works totally differently. Instead of a traditional user interface represented by buttons, we can have a much simpler user interface, one represented by conversations. We've all seen this with ChatGPT. Just a simple way to talk and to send those instructions in natural language. And because those instructions are coming in natural language, we don't really need code. We just need a prompt. A prompt is just that set of instructions, right? And the real magic is it works because underneath that prompt, we have something that we've never had before, which is we have AI. We have a large language model. And the large language model is capable of doing something that you and I all do every single day without ever really thinking about it. And that's, we think.
The second time we see the word
and we
grounded.
reason. And so when we
within the AI.
receive those instructions via the prompt,
Data
we're able to
grounding.
kind of figure out exactly
Yeah,
what
it
we want
looks
to go
like
do and
that
how to
has to
execute
do
on
with
it without
how an
code. That's what we
LLM
do as humans, and that's exactly what a large
processes
language
and
model
then
does.
regurgitates the
as well.
data that it has access to.
And then data becomes really important here because as humans, we all have lots of data in our head. We have lots of information and context. And so to make
It's
these
like a
instructions
subset
via
of
the
data
prompts work,
on
we
top
need
of the training
to
data.
give the large language
They have
model
training
more data
data,
as
and then
well.
they
And
have
that's
this
data
grounding
grounding,
data
right? So instead of a data-driven
on top of
application,
that.
we have a data-grounded application. It's all of that additional context that we want to add into that large language model or into that prompt. Now, to do this with Salesforce, we need something new. We need an entirely new set of tools. And this is what Salesforce has done for 20 years, is we make the hard things really easy. And that's why we're so excited to announce for the first time Einstein 1 Copilot Studio.
Okay.
Now, Einstein 1 Copilot Studio is an incredible new opportunity for all of our trailblazers in the room to help bring all of this AI into their organization. It helps you edit and customize and extend Einstein, what Einstein knows, what it knows about your business, and what it's able to do. And it does that through two key concepts called Prompt Builder and Skills Builder, which we're going to show you here in a minute. And of course, Einstein 1 Copilot Studio, just like Data Cloud, is built right on top of our Einstein 1 architecture. It's built right on that trust layer that Parker talked about a little bit earlier. It's built on this idea of being able to connect your own models, to be able to connect models from our partners, or maybe even go build your own model with a service like AWS Bedrock and host that right on top of Salesforce's shared infrastructure. And then ultimately connect that back up to your Einstein Copilot, your skills, and your prompts. Now, I'm going to do something here that I like to do, which is put this clicker in my pocket because we don't need it anymore. And we're going to show you a demo of how this all works. So here we go. We're going to go right back to that service experience that we saw a few minutes ago. Now, Einstein has just finished this out. I've sent an email. Is there anything else I can help you with today? And in fact, there is something else I'd like Einstein to do. I want Einstein to just summarize this all for me. So thank you, Einstein. One more thing. Can you please summarize Naya's order status for me? Now, you see Einstein working here. That's because Einstein doesn't know how to do this yet. This is a really simple instruction for you and I as human beings because we know who Naya is. We've just had an interaction with her. We know what she's ordered because we're in this interaction here. Or maybe I know how to go to my order system as a human being to swivel chair over there. And I probably know how to go get some information about the shipping carrier and where her status is, where her order is right now. But Einstein doesn't. So let's fix that. So let's go into Einstein Copilot Studio. Now here we are in the all-new Einstein Copilot Studio. This is where we can build and extend the capability of Einstein. You see we have prompts, we have skills, which we'll get to in a moment, and we have models where you can connect all of those large language models from across your infrastructure. So we're going to get started in prompts. Everything always starts with a prompt. So let's create a brand new prompt here. We're going to go ahead and click Create Prompt, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. So we're going to try to create a prompt that's capable of summarizing an order. So we're going to give the prompt a name, summarize a customer's order status, and we're going to give it a description. Now, something really magical is happening with this description, which I don't think we've ever said before. These description fields are usually throwaway, right? We fill these out just so that we as human beings can come back and find them later on when we want to go back and edit. But that's the important part, because that's exactly how a large language model does it as well. That description is just the instruction. So when Naya asks, or when I ask as a service rep, can I summarize an order for me, the large language model is just scanning through all of the prompts it has, and it's connecting that inquiry to this particular prompt, and it's doing that with just reasoning, the same way you and I would do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click Create. And now we've created a brand new prompt. And you can see we've taken that description and just put it right in the prompt. That is the instruction that we're going to create for this prompt. So create a concise summary, et cetera, et cetera. And the more instruction we put here, likely the better response we're going to get. But also the more data we put here, the better the response we're going to get. Now you can see I'm putting a little data here. I'm saying the customer's name is contact.firstname. So that's coming right out of the CRM. It's just a simple way to connect data within your CRM. So let's go ahead and test this. So we can go down here to preview, and we can actually just pick a contact right out of our database to see what this would look like. So we're going to pick Naya. And what we get now is called a grounded prompt. This is not yet a generation. This is the prompt that we're going to send to the large language model. And now you can see we have the instruction, but we also have a little bit of additional context. Right there, it says the customer's name is Naya. Now let's go ahead and generate a response. Let's send this off to our large language model and see what we get back. Still not very good. We get a little bit of personalization. We can see that Naya's name is in there, but really it's not good at all. Sorry, I don't have the capability to access tracking information. So Einstein doesn't have enough context. It doesn't have enough data. So how are we going to fix that? Well, this shouldn't shock you. We're going to use Data Cloud to fix that. So let's jump over to Einstein 1 Data Cloud and look at how easy it is to connect all of this context. So earlier, Sanjana showed us how we can harmonize all of our data across all of our different systems. So we have a harmonized individual model here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something called the data graph. Now, a data graph is just a quick and easy way to get all of the data that we need into one place so that it can be consumable by other applications, or in our case, Einstein and a prompt specifically. So we've added sales order data. That's going to be really important context for Einstein to be able to summarize that order, right? Now let's go ahead and click preview. And this might scare some of you in the room, but not all of you. If you're a developer in the room, this is probably the best thing you've ever seen. This is just a JSON object. Now, a JSON object, now this looks like code. It's not really code. If you look at it closely, we're still clapping over here. If you look at it closely, this is just data. It's just structured data, right? It's not much different than looking at an Excel file full of data. That's really all of this is. And what this does is it makes it really easy to pick this data up and put it right in the prompt. So let's look at how easy it is to do that. Let's jump back over to Prompt Studio. We'll save it first, jump back over to Prompt Studio. So right now we've only got our contact.firstname. What if we wanted to add a little instruction there, use this data to generate your response? Well, what data? All of the data that we just created in Data Cloud. So we're going to search for that, and we're going to go down into Data Cloud because it's natively integrated with our platform here, and we're going to pick our data graph. Now that really looks like a big ugly statement, but don't worry about it. Let's reground our prompt here, and there's all of our data. And we don't have to put that data into another language because Einstein can just read JSON. It's perfectly capable of reading through all of that data, just like actually I am, and some of the people here in the room are, and understanding it. We have Naya's information right in there in that data, her full information. We have all of her order details right there in that prompt. So now we should get a much, much better response from our prompt. Let's try again. Let's hit generate. Much better. Good news, Naya's order number is 09268, including a Slope Vegan leather dining chair. This is exactly the kind of summary, and it's able to do that because we've connected all of that data directly into that prompt via Data Cloud. Super easy. But I want to go one step further. You see, I've got a tracking number there. And what I'd really like to do is I'd like to give Naya some information on exactly where her package is at this moment in time. Now, you might think I'm going to show you Data Cloud again, but I'm not, because realistically, we're probably not going to go query our carrier for every customer order ever, every moment of the day to figure out where their package is. We're probably only going to do that in our time of need. Well, this is one of those times of need. So how are we going to give Einstein the ability to actually go do that? Well, we're going to do it with skills. So let's jump back over to Einstein Copilot Studio. And you can see Einstein Copilot down there on the bottom. Let's edit him. In other words, let's give Einstein something new that he doesn't know how to do right now. You see, we've got a few skills here already. We've got a knowledge article skill, a flows skill, location verification skill, etc. Let's add a new one. Now, Mark asked me to make this quick, so I've already got one here. So we've got our order management skill. Let's go ahead and click that. And we can see all of the different order management capabilities that we can give Einstein here. Now, I want to point out two things. Number one, again, is those descriptions. Those descriptions are really important. That's how that large language model goes and finds those skills and connects them to the task that our user is asking. But the second thing I want to point out is that what these are just workflows. These are API calls. And the way we're enabling them is with the tools that the trailblazers in this room already know how to use. It's flow, it's Apex, it's Prompt Builder. These are just the things that you already know how to use. So you don't have to go write something new, learn some new technology in order to give Einstein capability. You can use the tools that have been in the platform the whole time. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and add that skill to Einstein. And now let's go back to our service experience and see if Einstein has finished working. So he's still thinking, and let's see if he comes up with an answer here. Boom. Good news. Naya's order is scheduled for delivery and should arrive today. Here is the tracking number. So that is everything that we need. We've given it all of the context, we've given it the skill, and we've used our large language model to reason across these instructions that are coming from this service agent without ever having to write a single line of code or a single decision tree. This really is the power of Einstein Copilot Studio. Now, I could not be more excited.
Actually makes me really excited
for all of you, especially I think we have a whole bunch of trailblazers in the
tracking
room right
info
over here.
and so that way I don't get the email or the text that says your order has shipped, and then I go check the tracking and it's just like a label was created, but it hasn't actually been picked up or moved or anything yet.
Back at home representing 90 million countries.
I'm excited that now
Einstein as well.
Williams-Sonoma or whoever can use Einstein and say, hey, I know a label's been created. Let's not bother Chris until the first time it updates is like actually moving. And then we'll text him and say, your order's on the way. Because I hate when I go check and it's like, a label was created. We haven't received it yet.
Yes, I guess it has to be built into the skill, right? You have to tell them to learn that, to know that. Do not notify until it actually has
about the productivity revolution.
Yeah.
Then our CEO of Slack.
Yeah, I know you're right. Yeah, those are very annoying. And they do that because it's linked up to the moment that they get generated. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to our seventh speaker.
Platform that brings together people and systems to completely transform the way you work. And today, I couldn't be more excited to be sharing with you some incredible innovation that we're launching to our customers. Salesforce deeply integrated into Slack. A brand new way to track your work with Slack lists. A brand new AI-powered platform to empower every employee in your organization with automation. And of course, some game-changing generative AI capabilities. So who wants to see a demo? Great. Before we get going, I want to say a huge thank you to Amy and Callie, who are demo drivers today. Thank you. All right, here at Slack, we are all about customer love, and we've been listening to our customer feedback and are bringing to life a brand new user experience. This is the new Slack, a new interaction model designed to help you focus at scale.
Did you notice that your Slack updated this to this like during the keynote? Because mine did.
Yes.
Core principle of this
I was like, oh, that's a different look.
Here, everything that you already love about Slack, all of your channels. But also
there was an
ways
update that I saw come in, so they
very
changed
dedicated view for all of your direct messages, an easy way to keep track of everything that requires your attention, like activities, mentions, threads, reactions, and you can very quickly get back to everything that you want to review later. So we're going to start right here in this go-to-market channel. This is a channel where our team collaborates from product, go-to-market, design, to really get all of our work done towards a product launch that we are going to launch very soon. Now, I've been away from the office a few days, and gosh, there's a lot of amazing information here that I need to catch up on, but it's going to take me a while. How many people can relate to that? I know, but you know, I don't have to worry about that anymore, and you don't have to worry about that anymore, because now with one click of a button, Slack AI will automatically summarize everything that I have missed. I can now very quickly catch up on recent team activity, as well as key milestones and upcoming tasks that the team is working towards in this product launch. And because trust is our #1 value, I can also quickly drill down into all of the sources that is informing this response. Now, this is pretty amazing. I am caught up. But what if I have a very specific question? Slack Search is already one of the most powerful capabilities that we have in Slack.
In my Slack
it unlocks all of your organizational knowledge in one place. All your team's conversations,
content, records. And now with
Yeah, I'm
generative
not seeing it
AI,
on
we're
mine either.
taking it even farther. I can ask a question here about the marketing strategies that we're going to use for this product launch, and I get a very cohesive response that is collecting information from my entire organization to help me understand what is actually happening very, very quickly. And it's even suggesting a particular content that is going to help me with this particular search. Now, this is the power of cross-functional collaboration right here in Slack. But this team is working towards this launch, so how are they actually tracking the work? Now, work management and collaboration are coming together with Slack lists, a brand new way to track your work that puts collaboration at the center of what we do. Teams can track all kinds of work here, from team priorities, project tracking, customer feedback, and so much more. And I couldn't be more excited to tell you that we're bringing this beautiful experience to our customers in a pilot later this year. Now, you may have noticed another exciting icon right here on our sidebar called Sales. This one is one of my favorites. Slack Sales Elevate is here, a beautiful line of business experience built natively into Slack, deeply integrated to Salesforce, that's designed to boost the productivity of every seller. With Slack Sales Elevate, we are on a mission to help save every seller 1 day a week. And if you can see here, a seller can completely customize this experience. You can see top KPIs, all of the notification that matters to me around my opportunities. And if you look at the top nav, we're bringing the power of Sales Cloud and Slack together to help teams stay aligned, but also quickly accessing all of the core Salesforce objects right from in here, like opportunities. I can view all of the opportunities from Salesforce that are important to me, but sellers not only want to view information, they want to be able to take action in all of this data. So with just a couple of clicks, I can update my opportunity. And as you can see here, this is automatically saving to Salesforce in real time. Now I can keep all of my pipeline information up to date, regardless of where I am, because this is a mobile-first experience. Now that is productivity. It's okay to clap. Thank you. But there's more. If I click on any of these records, I can see all of the information from Salesforce right from in here. But I also see all of the team information, everyone who's collaborating in this experience. This is the power of Salesforce and Slack coming together like never before. But I want to go a little bit farther than that. Last year, if you recall, we announced a product called Canvas. You heard David talk about that today.
Canvas is showing up in my Slack now.
Canvas is a surface for content curation for teams built right in here in Slack. And we're taking that even further.
Three
Canvas, we're
little
bringing
dots
the
and it
power
has
of
canvases.
Canvas in all of the
Curated content and
sales-related
collaborate.
information to create sales-specific templates to help accelerate the process of sellers. You can see this can be auto-populated very quickly for sellers based on their needs. We're going to look at this one, the customer briefing. Now, let's update this customer briefing. It's not only a really beautiful framework for content creation, by linking this template to Salesforce opportunities right here, Canvas will bring all of the relevant Salesforce information and use generative AI to bring relevant context from the Slack channel for this account to help me very quickly create the information, including the opportunity data that matters for this customer. This would have taken me hours to put together, and with just a couple of clicks, it is live. Now, this is the future of productivity, and I cannot wait for you to try it. Now, back to you, Mark.
All right, how about a great hand for Lidiane Jones? Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Well, we did it. We've shown you our Einstein One platform, the trusted AI platform for customer companies. We showed you how it's intelligent, it's integrated, automated, low code, no code, open. We've hit the whole Megillah, the whole part of it, everything. We are really excited. But This is just the first hour of the show. We are just at the beginning of Dreamforce, aren't we? And now we are starting 3 days of amazing technology sessions, thousands of programs that we put together for you. And we expect you to go to each and every single one of them, by the way. We've got an amazing event tomorrow night with the Foo
I don't know how that's
Fighters.
possible, but
Most of all, we have all you. So thank you. Really excited about Dreamforce. Have a great show.
oh, they cut it a little bit short.
Yeah, always got to leave some wiggle room in case it goes long, you know?
Probably makes sense. Yeah. Oh wow. Wow, that's a lot
Right,
of stuff
well,
to capture and kind of grasp.
yeah,
But
a lot of
focused around
interesting
that
stuff going
one
on there.
one theme, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an AI-focused show. Highlights on Einstein, Einstein 1 platform, as well as Einstein Copilot, that panel. What was your favorite thing you saw there, Jesse? Most exciting update?
Well, the fact that we're going to get Data Cloud and Tableau for free, I think that opened up a lot of eyeballs, especially for people that haven't been able to tap into that, and also being able to build upon some certifications if you want to kind of explore. It's nice to be able to tinker with the tools directly. Sometimes those limited editions or those trials can only run so much, but the fact that they're going to deploy them all free, it'll be good to see how partners and consultants get to use that and implement it into their own orgs or how they want to utilize that. I did see there was a license restriction to only 2 users for the Tableau and up to 10,000 profiles, I believe, for Data Cloud. Nevertheless, you don't have to consume all the resources to kind of cap out, but it's good to know that you will be able to tap in. So hopefully, we get a jump start on that. I know, like you said, there was a little bit of a buzz and talk about it in the Slack channel. So that was really good to hear. And I'm definitely excited because there are some certifications out there for both of them. So being at least to tinker with them gives you a feel of, putting something else under your belt.
Yep. And I did, in terms of that free Tableau access, I've had some experience with Tableau on client work, connecting Pardot to Tableau for reporting. And one of the things that was a learning process for me was the query language in Tableau. I think it's VizQL. Like it's not quite SQL or SOQL. It's its own thing. But that is one of those things that AI can be tremendously helpful with. So hopefully we will see, not only increased functionality and flexibility with that access for everybody, but also getting everyone more comfortable building queries of their own, ideally with the help of Einstein, if it's something that's not already in their wheelhouse.
And
go ahead.
on that, like you mentioned, right? So one of the things ChatGPT has been helping out on is just being at least understanding the logic, having an understanding of critical thinking and problem solving goes a long way to kind of understanding how logic on the code side gets put together. Even if it's a low code environment or no code, there's still some logic and critical thinking in play. So I know ChatGPT and some of these tools that are coming for Salesforce, like Einstein Copilot and everything else can be put together, is going to help at least decipher some of that. So understanding the language and lingo, the terminology, those acronyms are going to go a long way. So yeah, definitely excited for that.
Yep. And I do want to encourage people. I want to thank everybody for joining this as we did a watch along of the keynote. Thank you for those that commented and asked questions along the way. Do be sure to like and subscribe here, as well as if you are interested, the blog is up at medium.com/creme de la CRM. That has the schedule for the remaining live streams that are going to be part of our Dreamforce coverage. If there's a session that you'd like us to do a live watch along for, please do let us know either in the comments here or in the comments on the blog. And as we continue, we will have a couple Dreamforce contests going, a couple opportunities to win either a free, not a voucher. Yes, a voucher for all intents and purposes for that artificial intelligence cert that Salesforce is launching this week, as well as something special we're doing. We're going to be giving some folks a chance to win a session building workshop for Dreamforce next year. So if you've always wanted a ticket to Dreamforce, you've always wanted a chance to speak, in front of all of those trailblazers. We're going to help you put together sessions that we think are likely to get selected based on our analysis, based on sessions that we've had success and gotten picked for before. I know that, both of us have had a chance to speak at Salesforce events. The ability to do that for free is always nice. And the ability to get in front of that many other friendly faces, meet the Trailblazer community is super special. So do check out the blog as the details on those launches later today, I believe. And stay tuned as we continue our Dreamforce coverage. But thank you, Jessie, for joining. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
All right. Have a wonderful day.